All right, we are back. Podcast about nothing, show about nothing. Everybody's here. We got two special guests in the building.
Yes, sir.
Full house.
Yeah, you'll be Chris Broussard. Stay Barry.
Chris Broussard.
Chris Broussard is insane, bro.
Welcome back. Coldest pod in the world. Welcome back, twins, I should say. We have designated our audience the twins, so welcome back, twins. Pod about nothing. Glad to be here. Took a little Sunday off. Was at the lake doing big shit. Shout out to Kayla. Happy birthday. So, got a big show. Fun show. First, I want to start off with giving a shout out and a round of applause to the Hall of Fame class of this year.
Heck. Come on,
Dwayne Wade, the Dwayne Wade, the Dirk Nowitzki, the Paul Gasol, Greg Popovich, and Becky Hammond.
Yeah.
And I'm missing somebody, but I'm not going to say it.
I'll say it. The leading scorer for point guards in NBA playoff history, Tony Parker, Finals MVP, 6-time All-Star, first ballot Hall of Famer.
So, such a bitch.
Shout out
And
to
if it wasn't for fucking Ray Allen, it'd be a lot more.
So, shout out to all of them. Favorite memory from Dwayne Wade, go.
I ain't gonna lie to him dunking on Varys.
That's a great one.
It gotta be
play in my mind. Man.
So like it gotta be of him because like mine is Kobe Glass and that nigga for the game.
It's cool with me. I ain't gonna complain.
Pistons fans, I hate him, but I would say that what was the play? He caught the ball, threw it inbound. He ran out of bounds, caught it back.
That was against the Mavs. He threw it against. I think he threw it around, bro. It was like the first time I'd ever seen him do that.
Yeah, it was like, oh yeah, he's like Jordan. I was like, that's kind of.
Mine is the steal and the buzzer beater on one leg, and this my house.
Oh, yeah.
I've been inspiration. I used to do that in my driveway. Like that was my shit.
I would also throw the oop to Bron. That's
For sure.
One of the defining images.
That was not.
You got to put that in his top
Do
5.
you know that?
Really?
That was not.
No, it was a bounce pass.
It was a bounce
Oh wow,
pass.
that's kind of lame.
Bro, doesn't it make you sad?
Yeah, that's the Mandela effect. That's what it is. I know I saw him. I thought it was too.
Nah.
Look at that cameraman.
That's a good shot.
Good ass shot.
I'm about making somebody nothing.
Something out of
That
it.
nigga crazy.
I gotta go look at the play now because
Yeah, bro, it was a simple ass bounce pass.
Simple ass bounce passes.
Against
that shit
the
is
pre-Giannis
crazy.
Bucks.
nigga did that shit on Brandon Jennings and we let it slide, bro.
Bro.
Like,
Shout out OJ Mayo.
All right.
nigga ruined his career doing booger sugar. All right,
Whoa.
my bad.
Hey.
Whoa.
Jeez, well, I
This
shout
is
him out
going
for
out to
that
the
reason.
public.
But shout out OJ Mayo.
Yeah,
One of the
bro.
best high school players ever.
Bro, that mixtape is ridiculous.
Yo, listen, man.
That OJ Mayo mixtape is ridiculous,
Yeah,
bro.
it make you understand why he talked to Mike that way.
Oh, fuck it. We here. Top 3
Who mixtape?
yeah, who mixtapes?
Niggas not gonna like my answer.
Top 3.
I got Marcus Levant 1.
Okay.
That's a good pick.
I don't know 2. No, Akil Carr 2. Mm-hmm. I gotta go John Wall 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
John Wall,
yes.
go in there.
So listen, I got John Wall. Give me. I don't know if y'all remember. Y'all remember 7th Woods, bro?
Yes.
7th Woods mixtape.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes.
And they give you a kill card.
I gotta take the Akil Carr out. I just remember the hoop mixtape I watched a couple weeks ago. And like, I know we do this a lot on here, and I'm really not joking. Jordan Poole.
I've never seen this.
Jordan Poole's
Poole
mixtape is ridiculous.
I can imagine.
mixtape.
It's ridiculous.
Based off how he played now,
He played just like he did. Nothing has changed.
Oh,
He's just better.
He's just
Nah, that shit used to work in high school for real too. Like,
I throw Austin Rivers in there too. He was kind of
okay. That's a yeah.
Mine was gonna be Austin Rivers, Akil Carr, and John Wall.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of crazy hoop mixtapes.
Okay. Zion too.
Zion.
Zion mixtape was
That don't even look real, bro. It doesn't look real, bro.
Yo, that video of that little white boy trying to guard him is insane, bro.
I swear, I thought Thon Maker was like the next Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Hey, listen, the hoop mixtape to role player pipeline needs to be studied, bro.
Mac McClung got a crazy hoop mixtape
That's
too.
a
He
fact.
does.
He does.
Grayson Allen.
Grayson Allen does
Grayson
have a
Allen. Hate him. Gotta throw it in there.
LeBron.
Jennings.
LeBron.
Brandon Jennings.
You mentioned Brandon Jennings.
LeBron.
The best high school player ever. So
LeBron mixtape hard to watch because he look like he shouldn't be out there. What is he doing? This grown man play with them more.
Y'all remember when they used to say Bron's birth certificate just wasn't real? Yeah. They'd be like, yo, nobody's ever seen it before.
Could you imagine going to a high school game and niggas telling you that 6'8", 260 guard is a senior?
Crazy.
Like, he should have to travel with his birth
My nigga, I just left calculus. Like, this what I got to do tonight?
He should have to travel with his birth certificate at every game.
Yeah, I need Bron's and Obama's birth certificate. That's them the two.
Which Ball brother had the best mixtape?
All right, so it's not LiAngelo. Shout out to my dog.
It's crazy. LiAngelo dropped
I think it's
100.
LaMelo.
Oh yeah.
Nah. It's Lonzo. Only because Lonzo's mixtape is against people in America. So.
Oh yeah. I forgot they did.
If you guys
did
still
take
remember,
things out of
LaMelo
school.
Ball did stop going to school. So
man,
don't know if he has a high school diploma.
LaMelo getting a tip ball, just pull it up from 40. That's just crazy.
That's crazy.
Not pointing at the
That
line.
pointed to the ground.
Yeah,
my nigga,
pointing at the
like-
half court line.
92 is also ridiculous.
Yeah, shout out.
But one of the worst played basketball games as far as fundamentally.
Oh, yeah.
LiAngelo had 100 though, didn't he? I think didn't LiAngelo have like he had something like crazy. I think it was like 117.
Do you know you're making that up?
No, I'm dead serious. LiAngelo had 100 points, bro. No, bro.
You know that's not true.
Bro,
at all.
I'm telling you, LiAngelo
It
has.
wasn't LiAngelo. It was a college player did that.
Hold on.
But he did it by LaMelo. Like he scored like 115 points.
I looked up
It was in D3.
LiAngelo 100 points in a 52 game ball.
I'm telling you, bro. This shit did not happen, bro. Niggas don't hear
Was it
making
90
shit
for
up.
real, bro? It was some super high. It was some super high number, bro.
He just trying to get away.
He tried
Yo, I shot you on the show.
That's the only reason Chris is here, bro.
Bro, niggas are crazy, bro.
You forgot the BBB ones? Nah, you got you for that one.
Oh shit. Okay.
Shout out LiAngelo.
Okay, for real.
There go the episode name right there.
Shout out LiAngelo, bro.
All right, we're gonna start the show now. All right, so I do want to start with a very, very, very interesting topic that I keep seeing reappearing, and it's regarding the New Orleans Pelicans. We have talked our head off about the play-in. We're gonna give it a day and let some standards work out. We'll touch on some teams quickly, but we're not gonna do what we've been doing the past 2 weeks because I don't want to get repetitive. But I do want to ask regarding the New Orleans Pelicans. Would you trade Zion?
Absolutely.
And if you would, what would be the package?
I would need a superstar.
Okay.
And you know, listen, superstars come in lots of different packages. He don't gotta be a year 10 superstar. He could be an up and comer, a team that has a lot of assets already that's kind of planning for the future. You don't want to pay Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We could, work something out there.
Right.
But the roster around Zion right now, that is a championship roster.
This is amazing.
And championship rosters do not last year over year that often.
Unless you're the Warriors.
Exactly. And your championship roster is just your best players. But like every year Zion doesn't play, their window is shrinking rapidly. Right. Because they're gonna have to replace with new talent. CJ don't got that much left in him already.
Yeah.
So I would definitely at least think about it, especially he has not shown he can play a full season.
Simple as that. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
Chris?
I agree. I would definitely trade him. I don't know what the package looks like because
I was told Jaylen Brown I like Boston. It's a lot of black people in New Orleans though.
It is.
I don't know what it would look like only because like you can't really ask for necessarily first rounders because like y'all said he hasn't shown the ability to like play 82 games a season or let's not honestly 82 games a season at this point is unrealistic unless you're like you're one of those Iron Man players. So like 65. Yeah. Like he hasn't shown you can play 65 games a season. So if I'm trading for that, I don't know if I'm saying like I don't want to mortgage my future for somebody who's not playing 60 plus games already.
Right.
So I don't know what the package looks like, but like we've seen like crazier deals for like superstars like y'all said. Like we saw Jeremy Lamb get traded for James Harden, bro. Like,
Shout out James Harden, bro. James Harden was traded for a couple funny ass niggas.
Hey, that's
James Harden was
right.
traded for Kevin Martin.
Kevin Martin, yeah.
I remember that.
Yes, he was.
Hey, I don't think there's ever been an even trade for James Harden. I really thought Brooklyn got off when they got Ben Simmons. They did not.
They did not.
That statement did not stand the test of time. They did not get off.
Yeah, I think I would trade him because B.I. been playing crazy lately. He turned to a playmaker. I think a nice deal, like Zion to Orlando for like 2 or 3 guys. I think that would be
Because Orlando does have like
they got a lot of
they got a lot of guards and stuff, bro.
a lot
Like
of bigs too.
Yeah.
So, I think Ish brought up the most important piece to this puzzle, and that is C.J. McCollum. Because I think the only reason I would disagree a little bit with Barry is because I think you need an established superstar that can win now. Only because CJ, I don't even think would be a question, would be the best third option in basketball, kind of by far. If we're looking around the league, I don't think it's now. You can say like Draymond as a third option might be more important, but
Is Drew the second best player in the Bucks now?
yes,
100%.
okay, at least this year.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
100%.
All right, yeah, we'll do that.
So yeah, I would think CJ at worst is the third best number 3 option in the league, and that's a really good number 3 option because you got 2 guys that can go get you a bucket,
Right.
And you still got the big in Valanciunas, and you know your bench is
And he's a
established.
veteran, too.
And he's a veteran. So, and he's been in a lot of big games. So I think your best bet is Jaylen Brown. Because in that situation, you don't necessarily need a guy that can be a number 1 to win a championship because you have 2 1Bs.
Right.
And I think that is enough to win. I think Jaylen Brown is on the board. I think Shea would be somebody. I don't think Shea is realistic only because I think they're going to build that. That
Yeah.
OKC look crazy.
Yeah,
But I would also look at,
LaMelo.
and this sounds crazy, but crazier things have happened. I will look at getting AD back. I would say, hey, look, bruh, maybe we made a mistake. Maybe things didn't work out. Bron get his young superstar because AD and Bron has not worked. Like, now if the Lakers make the playoffs and they win 3 or 4 series, they win 2 or 3 series, all right, that's different. But the Lakers make the playoffs and get first rounded by the Nuggets in 4 or 5 games, it's like, yo, this has not worked. AD and Bron can't play together because you can't trust both of them to be healthy. Right. I know you can't trust Zion to be healthy, but would you be willing to take that risk if you could get Zion and a couple pieces?
Right.
Now they might want Ingram back, or they might want CJ with that. But I think it would be something that they would be willing to revisit. But
I would also explore Kyrie Irving.
I say he is a free agent.
he's a free agent.
Yeah, because and it's not just that
Sign and trade.
Yeah, it's not
with
just
Kyrie?
that. Yeah, it's not like just we're ripping on Zion because he's missed these games. It's just in a salary cap league for your best player to never play. It just handicaps the rest of your team because you literally just do not have enough. And they were the number 1 seed for a very long time. I said last night, mate. Hate to see it happen for Pelicans.
Now we're gonna flip the questions. Would you trade for Zion if you're anybody else?
Hell no. Hell no.
If I'm in a low market, yeah, I trade for him.
Yeah, I was about to say that's
I know, like,
that's
them
about the
owners,
only
they just care about
scenario.
making money. I trade.
It depends. It depends how close the walls and
Listen.
the GM walls close fast.
Yeah.
If you really gotta hit
Yeah.
the fuck it button, try
Yeah.
to get Zion
Of
for
course.
a year, like
Of course.
Because for me personally, I hate watching those teams that are always going to make the playoffs and they're going to fight hard, but it's never going to be anything other than that. Like I hate the Raptors.
Yeah.
Like that's what it's going to be if you trade for Zion.
I can see the
Like,
Raptors. I can see the Raptors trading for him.
That's a good one.
hey, it's a bunch of
good one.
tryhards up there in the north.
Bro, a bunch of niggas that's gonna play every game.
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
Exactly.
Listen, Zion tucked away in Toronto. I kind of like that.
Yes. I think the last team, unfortunately, don't think it'll happen, but I think the Warriors will give it a shot. Only because if you're looking at the Warriors, you traded away your project, James Wiseman.
Yeah.
You traded him away. Moses Moody is never going to be a number 1 option. Will be a great role player, but he's never going to be a number 1 option.
I don't know what's going on, Moses Moody, by the way.
He had a. I'll get to it. That
I really, bro, he made a shot, and I was like, why does Lamb get his minutes? I was like, what the-
ish. Yo, look, bro. If I gotta watch Anthony Lamb play another dribble of basketball this year,
Dog.
I am going to lose it. Real shit, bro. I will find Steve Kerr this summer if I gotta keep watching Anthony Lamb. I don't even know what I was talking about no more. Oh my
Zion
god.
to the Warriors.
Okay, yeah. The only reason I would say that would be a possibility is because, all right, you give up Kuminga, Moody, and a pick. maybe Jordan Poole and Kuminga. And I say you can do that because you don't really need him to play a full season. Nobody this year for the Warriors has played a full season. Yeah. Nobody last year for the Warriors played a full season. The Warriors still, I would say, would be a top three team to come out the West. Along with the Clippers, Lakers, and Suns would be the 4 teams I would think come out the West. So if you can stay afloat, stay in the 7 to 4 seed, and you can keep Zion healthy, the Warriors have the best staff. They have the best training. All of this is documented. Best staff, best training, best what are the doctors, therapists, all of that. So keeping Zion healthy would be something they would be able to do. And all right, now Zion and Steph pick and roll in April and May.
That's a fact.
So I don't think it's realistic, but I do think
get him to put that fork down too.
And
they got
Draymond's contract. Draymond can leave this year. So if you're looking at Draymond as like, I do want to leave, and like I don't think that's the case, but I do want to leave. I do want to get out of here because Draymond said he's playing 15 years, so he got about 2-3 years left. It's like, hey, you get rid of Draymond's contract, you trade away Poole's contract. It's possible. Yeah. But just wishful thinking on my part.
It's an interesting scenario.
I was about to say the Warriors do. They what was I about to say? They do a good job of like rebranding people.
Yes,
like they did it with JaVale McGee. Like they made him into a championship like backup center. Did it with Andrew Wiggins. So, I mean,
most space.
Anything's possible.
Yep. So, all right. So speaking of the Warriors, I wanted to really ask Ish this real quick. Is Steph for point guard? Because I keep people saying he's a shooting guard.
Yeah, no, I hate that shit. What niggas, this what niggas will do. Niggas be like, yo, Steph not a real PG, and they tell you about the 6'9" nigga in Los Angeles that play point guard. Like, how the fuck is that the same? Like, it's such a lazy cop out to not put Steph in those conversations. Like, well, he's not a traditional point guard. Well, it's just not true. And because Steph Curry creates, it's really just the casual basketball fans' ignorance on how offense in the NBA works.
Yes.
Because there's more than one way to create shots for people. And it's undebatable that Steph creates more layups than any point guard in the league. For himself and others. With the attention that he creates off the ball. So
simple as that.
Yeah, I can't say that shit.
I think... I truly think it's just a lazy take that people say to get clicks. And I'm not saying Richard Jefferson did that. I do think Richard Jefferson.
Oh, Richard Jefferson said that?
Yeah, that's who said it most recently. So
I done seen niggas fry. I saw. Never mind.
So the thing with the Steph is not a point guard is, all right, if this was 2004, maybe you have an argument.
Yeah.
But it's not that anymore. If you look at when Steph's prime started, and if you look at when Steph's prime started, is right around when Dame started to be Dame. Those two were at the forefront of the high-scoring guard. And Russ. I throw Russ in there. Yeah. Those three were at the forefront of the high-scoring guard, and they were all considered point guards. Along the way, Steph was like, oh, I can move off ball and get my teammates involved that way.
Right. And
now he's not a point guard anymore because he don't dribble the air out of the ball all game. But we complain when point guards do dribble the air out of the ball all game. So I don't understand where this even comes from. Just because he don't dribble the ball out of the game and average 12 assists, he's not a point guard.
It makes perfect sense that Richard Jefferson said that. Because like we just watched the finals where he beat the number 1 defense running high pick and roll for 6 games. Like he played point guard versus the best defense in the finals and set them niggas on fire. Like
it's that simple, bro.
It was so crazy. It's a real small section of like real rabid Warriors fans that only want them to do that, and they be so mad he don't do that
really
shit.
Funny, bro. It'd be game 6, and they'd be like, seriously? You're not going to run no pick and roll today? And I'd be like, bro, like, and it's the second quarter,
low key, I get it, bro. I really get it sometimes,
100%.
Bro. That because the offense, the off-ball offense hurts Steph a lot, too. Because sometimes he just don't get the ball.
Yes. Sometimes he don't want it. I be watching. He don't be wanting it sometimes. Wild Out West, jump into this real quick. First question. We will start with the 11th seed and go the way up. Do the Mavericks make the playoffs?
I liked what I saw last night, but I don't know. I don't know if it's sustainable.
Play-ins or playoffs?
Playoffs.
Okay. Yes.
I give them play-in, but I don't know about playoffs.
Listen, I'm realistic about what the NBA brings as a brand, and Luka will be in the playoffs this year. I can promise you that.
So, I think if they get in the play-in, they get in the playoffs. Yep. But I do not know if they get in the play-in because, it's not all up to them. Right. So, if OKC and the Timberwolves and Pelicans all went out.
Yeah,
OV.
They're going.
But luckily for them, those are all bad teams too.
Exactly.
But, the Mavs play the Bulls and the Spurs next.
So they should go 2-0.
But
they're gonna need some help.
But that Bulls game, the Bulls are also fighting for playoff position too.
Oh yeah.
No, they clinched it. They clinched it like
Oh yeah. They
No.
clinched
I'm
it.
talking, I mean like, the number. In
in the play-in. Yeah, because they are trying to get home court over the Hawks. Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
So that would be an interesting game. But so let me pose you this: if they make it to the 8th seed, are they the favorite versus the Nuggets?
No. But could they beat the Nuggets?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
100%.
Like, if they go into that, you made it into the play-in. You got to win 2 games if you're the 10th seed,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
You've won 2 games to get in here, and now
You'll be 5-0 at that point in the past 5 games.
and now you're the perfect team to play the Nuggets? Question mark.
So that would be a really interesting series because Kyrie and Luka could seriously both average 30 plus. But they cannot guard a cone.
Oh yeah,
And-
no. Listen, shout out to White Powell. I don't know what language in that contract gonna be. Man, shout out to you for holding it down.
On the other end of it, it's like, yo, Jokic might go for 36, 17, and 10.
Yeah.
Like, real shit. So
Why MVP?
it would come down to can the Mavericks
Yeah.
keep the game close from quarters 1 through 3.
Right.
For 4 games. For the 4 games you win, can you keep the game close from quarters 1 through 3? Because you have 2 of the 7, 8 best closers in basketball on your team. So I do think that is their way. That's their way to success. I think they could attack Jokic in a pick and roll all game, exhaust him, make him guard Luka, make him guard Kyrie, and then double Jokic, and you just got to hope your shooters are better than the Nuggets shooter because they play very similar. Just
Exactly.
Jokic and Luka are at different positions.
And the one thing the Nuggets don't have, which they played the Warriors, even though they won the game, I think it's so funny every time I gotta watch it. Like Aaron Gordon chasing Jordan Poole around. Like Aaron Gordon's not chasing Kyrie.
Yeah, like
Luka or any of these. Like the Mavs play 3 guards consistently.
Yes.
With Luka, Tim Hardaway, and Kyrie.
yes. And the playoffs is all about who can make who adjust from what they want to do first.
Right.
And what that series will come down to. Can you make the Mavs go big and play a lineup they're not used to playing, or can you make the Nuggets go small and now you got the advantage because that's not what they're used to doing.
Yeah,
And they
shout
don't
out
have as
Kyrie.
many shooters on the court. So, how do y'all feel about Nuggets Mavericks first round?
That's probably the most favorable matchup for them because 2 is the Grizzlies, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think they match up well with the Grizzlies.
Awful.
Man, the Grizzlies play real defense.
Yeah, like
Really?
they just played the Grizzlies like 2 or 3 times like within the past like 2 weeks.
Yeah, they got
Without Ja, by the way.
Yeah, no.
Without Ja.
Well, that does pose an interesting variable because the Nuggets beat the Warriors without Jokic. And niggas in Golden, like the Golden State Twitter was like melting down. I'm like, I can't believe it. And like they're worse on they're a better matchup for the Warriors without Jokic.
Yeah.
Which just sounds counterintuitive because he's an MVP candidate, but the looks they've been sending the Nuggets home with, you just don't get those looks without Jokic on the court because now they're just switching everything.
Exactly. And NBA fans out there, casual fans, super fans, whatever, if you watch an NBA game and it's game 78, 76, and the 2 best shooters ever shoot a combined 9 from 30 from 3, or not 9 from 30, like 6 from 27 from 3, like it's okay. Shit happens. Like those days happen.
Clay should have definitely hit that one too. Man, got a great look at it. Got
great
a great
look.
look.
Great look. I was real mad about that game. I went to bed real mad. So I be letting the Warriors ruin my night some nights, and that shit make me mad. Like I be in the room, like in the house, screaming at my TV when I watch Anthony Lamb play basketball. Like, oh man, I get real mad. Like them tweets be frustration. Like,
Hey, listen.
I gotta tell somebody.
Right.
Somebody gotta understand.
You got to learn how to let it go. I cut that Lakers game off early last night.
That's a perfect segue. That's a perfect segue, Chris. Do you know it yet? Do you know it?
Yo, LeBron complaining about the schedule is crazy to me, bro. I ain't gonna lie
Back to
you.
back road games.
Hey, if I had a Billy, I'd be complaining too. I want to play back to back with $1 billion.
Yeah, like what am I doing here? Like, they showed that picture of Braun before the game. He's like, oh yeah, he locked in. Nah, that nigga's tired. I know that face. That's a, I do not want to be at work right now face. Like,
Man,
AD put up wearing all black. I said, oh yeah, he ain't doing that. Anytime he wear all black, he just
crazy.
lazy.
Niggas fell for the Ty Lue bait in the press conferences, I guess. Oh yeah, we're
do you
not gonna
know
double
how funny
team
that
him.
was? Do you know how funny it was watching AD look really surprised they sent the double? Like,
It's no universe where that nigga isn't gonna be double teamed unless we got perfect spacing on
the
that floor,
worst
bro.
part was the Clippers were so happy to double him. They didn't even care who picked him up coming across half. Like Norman Powell,
Gordon was-
yo, anybody would just grab him. No, oh yeah, we gonna double this nigga as soon as he catch it. Like,
Yo, I cut that shit off.
Shout out to the Clippers,
nah,
man.
shout out to the Clippers and shout out to how their offense looks with Russ.
And I called it last week.
Just took
Russ
some time. I
revenge.
told y'all. I just took some time.
Yo,
And
Russ was out there shooting threes, throwing up crip. Bleacher Report showed me a video there of LeBron staring at Russ on the bench down 14. Nigga, you are locked in on the wrong thing. We are losing. Like,
That was super because he threw it to Russ in the corner and Russ got up like he was gonna take the jumper like Melo did. Hey man, shout out Bron though. But for a second, it was a close game. I think they cut it to like 10.
10.
And then I think Norman Powell hit a 3, and I know that hurt.
boy,
probably hit like a
trust me,
shotgun
it's
blast to
like
the
watching
chest.
Anthony Williams shoot a 3.
No. Like really, real talk. Who's worse, Anthony Lamb or Harrison Barnes?
Anthony Lamb, don't even play with him.
No, I mean like right now.
Oh,
like
Anthony
Sacramento.
Lamb. I hate Anthony Lamb.
That's fair.
Nobody's better than him. I mean, everybody's better than him. Everybody.
And you know what? I think okay. You know what? Let's just
He
make
wears
this
footies ish.
Let's just
Do
make
you
this-
know he plays
let's just make
basketball in
this
footies?
a hate Anthony
That's
Lamb
disgusting.
segment. Let's just make this a hate Anthony Lamb segment. Anthony Lamb makes some of the most questionable quick decisions I've ever seen in my life. Like he get the rebound with 2 great ball handlers, Steph and Jordan Poole, on the wing and start pushing it. What are you doing? I don't know if he think he's Draymond or I don't know if he think he's Steph. Like he be initiating the offense. Jordan Poole catch the ball. I know you saw this shit in the last game. This nigga's in the dunker spot. Jordan Poole just like waving at this nigga like, bro, get the fuck out the way.
All right. I'm not going to bring him up for the rest of the show. I swear. Chris, I'll start with you.
LaMelo could be having a minutes.
nigga was trying to earn that fully guaranteed contract for the rest of the season. I get it, bro.
I don't, but like that's the thing. If you don't even know this nigga's worth the contract, why is he playing? Like, why is he still Moses Moody contract guaranteed? Like, can we get the nigga we know can play on the court?
Bro, and it's not like it just happened. Like Moses has had his chance to shine.
Yeah.
He grinded. He just couldn't do it.
No.
Moses never got an opportunity, bruh. It was like you just found old dude off the street in Seattle and was like, "Yo, Afro, come hoop."
Moses Moody
And just let the nigga get 20 minutes a game for 7 straight months, bro.
Yo,
and the nigga you drafted 9 doesn't play. It doesn't make any sense,
I
bro.
want to shout. You know what? Let's shout out Moses Moody too, because Moses Moody might be in that Julio type of personality, where it's like, man, we love that you're such a team first guy. It was like, man, how does it feel not to be playing? He said, well, I chose to develop in the NBA and not in college, so I love it. But that nigga's playing like that's cool. That's the right thing to say.
100%.
But sometimes you need to say something else, like Cam Thomas did. Like, yo, I should be fucking playing, my nigga.
Oh man. So, all right, Chris, I'll start with you. I do think the Lakers will keep the 7th seed, and the way I'm looking at it now, if I had to guess, the Mavericks do get in, Thunder get out, and the Mavericks get the 8th seed. So, Memphis, Lakers, first round. Do you think you guys can beat Memphis? And if so, how?
So I do think we can beat them. I actually think it goes 7 because, like I said last week, the Lakers are the Lakers. Shit's gonna happen. But in a non-basketball term, Jaren Jackson's a bitch. Let's start with
Can't say that on here. Don't do that again.
Yeah.
My bad.
No,
Can I call grown men bitches?
No.
For them to see.
Listen,
Jaren Jackson.
we can allude to it, but I don't think we can call him trash.
My bad. Jaren Jackson is not who he thinks he is.
Okay.
Dylan Brooks is not who he thinks
What's
he is.
But as soon as we start getting views, this episode is getting deleted.
29 minutes, 30 seconds.
Oh my god! Extract audio.
Bro, gonna mention y'all on Twitter. Yo, let me talk to y'all for a second. Who is that in the black shirt?
Chris. That was Chris.
South.
Nah, he better not mention me.
Yo, I got his address and everything.
I don't rock with
Yeah.
Jaron Jackson though. I got you. Tell that nigga you can slide. What's up?
Like I've been telling you,
6'10".
He can
Just
slide. We ain't gonna let him in.
listen,
Talk that shit from the lobby, man.
like I've been telling y'all since
All
the
these
deadline.
Hey, it's all for the game still, Jocko.
Nigga gonna show us the therapy. Ain't working.
You just gonna start shooting through the gloves.
oh man.
Like I've been telling y'all since the deadline, I feel a lot better. Like I said, the Lakers are the Lakers, but I feel a lot better about this team post deadline than I did pre deadline. Of course. If you asked me pre deadline, like we probably wouldn't even been playing in pre deadline. Like,
No,
for sure.
hell
Honest,
no.
like that.
Hell
It
no.
was
LeBron
finally
would
over.
not have come back.
Y'all was
Oh,
so
definitely.
ass, bro.
And LeBron don't want to admit it, but he came back because he saw like, you know, oh, AD really fighting for this. Like, AD and Dennis Schroeder really fighting for this.
Yeah.
Cool, whatever. But yeah, how does it happen? Like it's the typical answer, and everybody has it. But like the Lakers don't go unless AD goes. That's for one. The role players have to, you know, be a star in their role. Obviously, Malik Beasley.
Shout out Malik Beasley.
You know, everybody forgets their jump shot when they come to the Lakers. So
No. Did y'all
hopefully
see,
he find it.
Did y'all see Troy Brown lose his job? Like
I watched it happen.
In
I watched
real
it happen.
time, I watched that nigga get traded.
Braun yelled at him, and I was like, "That's it. Won't see him again."
First time he caught. First he wasn't in the right place. Then he caught it and hit the side of the backboard. Then he gave up a Kawhi jumper, and then the next possession wasn't ready for a pass.
It's
Like,
so
you can just
crazy.
Start packing.
It's
Goodbye.
so crazy watching how people's
Goodbye.
lives just do a 180 in the NBA. Because I watched him earn that job like 2 weeks ago. No cap. Like he was going. I think he won us a game at one point, bro. I think he hit a dagger, if I'm not mistaken.
Listen,
Like,
Kawhi.
crazy.
I knew Kawhi was mixing him. We started doing like for real dribble moves. Like, cause Kawhi really don't never do dribble moves. Kawhi was in the corner, get that nigga like a hezzy. Like, I was gonna get him off him.
He having fun now.
Yeah.
Listen,
Barry,
man.
do you think the
cut
Lakers
off.
can beat Memphis?
I really think they can because, excuse me, playoffs come. Who got the best 8-9-man roster? I trust. Kind of trust the Lakers roster right now because I think Memphis might be too emotional. They might get their head caught up. You know, and then just
They're young.
Yeah.
Listen, the Lakers get a lot of BS calls. The Memphis a young team. They foul a lot.
Nothing like that Austin Reeves whistle, man.
That shit would have got me out of body too.
So that would be a really interesting series. I think it would be the second best first round series other than the Clippers and Suns. Lord, please don't let us get this fifth seed. So
I would know. I want the Warriors to be the fifth. I want the Warriors to play the Suns. From the bottom of my
for
heart.
what, bro?
Bro, because I'm tired of this talking, bro. Like Steph been better than KD for a little bit, for real.
Bro, I don't need to see that.
It's Chris Paul.
We can wait till
Nah,
the
it's Chris
conference
Paul,
finals.
but it's Chris Paul.
I don't care.
Listen, Kevin Durant not guarding Steph.
I'm scared of Kevin Durant.
I'm not.
You don't love the Warriors.
I'm scared.
I want this to be as easy as possible.
Listen. Last time Clay and Devin Booker talked, it was some issues. I want that because and especially for Kevin Durant, I want Draymond for you 48 minutes.
I'm gonna be honest. I want whatever route gets us Devin Booker and Luka in the second round.
Oh, that's not happening.
That's not happening. That's kiss second. That's
That's like
Kiss
you know
back.
in like the Marvel multiverse, like how the universe strands like disappeared. That was just not happening.
But look, I do want to get back to Lakers Memphis, but somehow that did happen, and the Mavericks sent them niggas home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
After what they've looked like,
Devin Booker, one of my favorite players, but like, to be fair, he was talking like that before KD got there. But now he gets
He
like,
lose with
He
KD?
he get to say a little more with his chest with KD. But if he lose
Didn't
with
they call themselves a
KD,
super team?
no. He said they're not a super team because only one. He said nobody made the. Oh, no, he said one person made the All-Star team, and it was KD.
Shut up, Devin Booker, bro.
so stupid.
Shut up, bro.
All right, so Memphis
We're
Lakers.
really in the era of dodging superlatives. This is crazy.
Well, that wasn't a word. So 2-7. I think it's very interesting because what the Lakers do well. So I think Memphis has a little bit better offers, but what the Lakers do well will stop what Memphis does well. But what the Lakers do well will stop what Memphis does well will stop what the Lakers do well.
Yeah.
So I do think I agree with Chris. It's a 6 or 7 game series, probably 7. If it goes 7, I would pick the Lakers because I've never picked LeBron. I haven't picked against LeBron in a game 7 since 2016. So I am looking at this like if Steven Adams comes back, who has been out pretty much this whole calendar year, if he comes back, I think the Grizzlies will win this series because they will have enough bodies to throw at AD, and they will have multiple bodies in the paint. So LeBron, when he gets to the hole at will, cannot finish like he has. This is not Heat Bron, this ain't Cavs Bron. This is 38-year-old LeBron's. If you
He
have
tried to jump the other night, couldn't do it.
Look, if you have watched LeBron like we have over the years, like LeBron has been on my TV a lot since I've been 10 years old. He does not move the same. He doesn't jump the same. He doesn't jump as quick, and he doesn't get blow by people like he used to. He still does it at a rate that most NBA players will never reach, but from what we're used to, it's not that. So Jaren Jackson being able to meet him at the rim every play, Steven Adams, and the Brandon Clark. If they had Brandon Clark, I would pick them for sure. But they have the other big they bring off the bench. I can't remember his name right now. I think it's number 2, the big dude. Him being able to.
Oh yeah, they just brought him up.
Yes. No, not number 27. It's number 27. Not number 27. Number 2. Is it? It's Hill, I think, or something. Solomon, something like that. It's number 2. I'll find it in a second. Nah, but what's his name? I'm about to just go find it because it's going to be that. But I do think Xavier Tillman. So, yeah. With those 3 bodies being able to be thrown at him, and then you have Jaren that can guard Luka. I mean, Jaren that can guard AD, but that scares you because JJJ is always in foul trouble, and the Lakers get all the fouls.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm saying, like, it will be a really interesting matchup. It will game to game. It will be like, hey, yo, can JJJ stay out of foul trouble? And can we get him in foul trouble? Because once he's off the court, LeBron is going to win that Steven Adams matchup more than he's not. AD is going to win that Steven Adams matchup more than he's not. On the offensive end from Memphis, what does Ja want to do? Attack. Ja's game isn't the same if he can't get to the hole. You got AD, Mo Bamba, preferably he comes back, AD, Mo Bamba, and Winning Gabriel down there, and LeBron coming to help. It's going to be real hard for Ja to penetrate, and you're going to be asking Dylan Brooks and Devin Bain to shoot you into a series win. Don't know how much you trust that. So it's very interesting, but I'll make my pick when we get to actual standings.
So I think the Lakers would win somewhat comfortably, actually.
Okay.
And this is why. So I think the Lakers are a very bad matchup for several teams. Because of how Jared Vanderbilt plays defense. So teams that rely on screening actions are affected more by Jared Vanderbilt than teams that don't. Like you saw that with the Clippers last night where Kawhi just can isolate and still create a high-value shot and do that. But his screen navigation combined with him and Anthony Davis' size, they can really try to like close doors on Ja Morant in ways really no other team in the league can. So I think combined with that, they would be able to put enough pressure on other people not named Ja to really ramp down that scoring. And JJJ always in foul trouble. Realistically, I could see it where they're a young team early in the games. JJJ pick up 2. Somebody else pick up 2. They get frustrated. They get out of the game. And then by the time it's time to win the game, they're already too frustrated with the Austin Reeves whistle that niggas have gotten in the first 3 quarters. So
here's my counter to that. And I think this helps JJJ stay out of foul trouble. Again, Steven Adams coming back is very important to this, which he is supposed to. Steven Adams comes back, and you put him on AD. I know he doesn't necessarily have the foot speed, but if 24 at Lakers, not 24, if 7, between 14 and 17 Lakers possessions in and an AD jumper, you're happy with that. If 17 possessions end up with a contested jump hook on Steven Adams, you'll live with that. So my question is, you're talking about Jared Vanderbilt. Now, if he's playing 30 minutes a game, what is stopping Memphis from saying, all right, JJJ, since he can't shoot, you're going to guard Jared Vanderbilt and you're going to roam the rest of the floor, kind of how the Warriors do with Draymond. And that would keep him out of foul trouble because the man he's guarding won't be attacking, and it'll give him free roam to block shots, and he's a shot leader.
Well, this is what makes the 7-game series a chess match so interesting, because I wouldn't put either JJJ or Steven Adams on him just
on AD.
Yeah, just on AD.
Okay.
I think what the Clippers have done, and they beat the Lakers 11 straight games, is the AD blueprint. What the Warriors, because that's where that blueprint really come from that playing game, is if AD catch it and it's not a team, and y'all don't have a lineup on the floor full of two-way shooters that can catch, shoot, and put the ball on the ground and attack again, we're just going to double them on the catch. And if you double AD early in these games enough where you turn him passive, he doesn't have the motor where, all right, the fourth quarter comes on, they gonna send this double, but I gotta score anyway. No, he's gonna catch the ball and he's gonna move it anyway because he's been passive the whole game. So I think it's a bit of a chess. That's how I would attack the
Lakers.
The Lakers. But again, I'm Jaron Jackson. I'm Defensive Player of the Year. I've been guarding niggas one-on-one all season. They finna give me a Defensive Player of the Year award. Y'all not gonna let me guard them, you know. So it's a lot of things that go into it. I like the Memphis coach. If they do that, I think Memphis will be able to win that series because, like you saw at the Clippers games, listen, the Lakers are a very good defensive team right now, but there are no wing scorers on the Lakers except for LeBron. And unless Austin Reeves is able to create in the pick and roll, I don't think he'll be effective versus Memphis because he can't score anywhere else.
Yeah.
And Memphis really has wings that want to play defense.
Yes.
Like, they really want to guard Austin Reeves.
Dylan Brooks not finna let Austin Reeves get off. I don't like Dylan Brooks, but that's gonna be a challenge he gonna take him.
Yeah.
And he gonna
You know
take that
what's
Bron
crazy?
challenge.
Listen, he gonna lock up Austin Reeves and niggas be like, man, he did a great job. You gotta like,
And one thing, Bron, that point guard shit with Bron probably not gonna work because Dylan Brooks gonna press him 94 feet and Bron is 38, bro.
Yeah.
He ain't dribbling the ball off the court like that. So Dylan Brooks is gonna be a big part defensively for them, and how Ja is able to play defense because you know Bron, with his matchups, he's gonna put Ja in 100 pick and rolls if they play 7 games. It's gonna be how they choose to guard that pick and roll. Do you go under? Do you switch? But yeah, it's a chess match. It's gonna be a beautiful chess match.
And the problem with the cross switching is Bron. He did this versus the Clippers. Bron's so smart that you forget that sometimes he could make a decision before he crosses half court and the play's already over. Like in transition, he's pushing the ball. Small guy picks him up. They scrap whatever they're doing, and because he's bigger, you stronger, you faster, he sprints into the low post, and now they have an advantage.
Yep.
And with Memphis, that's something you have to worry about with Ja, with Desmond Bain, with Tyus Jones, having these little guys out here that, man, yeah, you try to pick him up, he get by you, he'll take it right to the low post, and now the defense that you've been trying to set up, you can't get to anyway.
And I will say, Barry brought up a good point early in his segment that they're young, bro, and that's Bron. Yep. And it's like, beating Bron would be like, oh, and then because if they beat Bron, they get the Warriors next. Yeah. So just all of the energy and the youthfulness might win them the series, but it damn sure can lose it to them.
And I think 45-50% of the series will be decided by pace.
Oh, yeah.
If Memphis can get it up and down, get Bron having to run consecutive possessions, the foul situation too. If they're playing 6-7 minutes of Memphis basketball where they're running, passing, doing all that stuff, physically, I don't think the Lakers can keep up with them. But you got LeBron, who can control the pace, who can slow things down. So
I was just going to say, who you trust the more, Darvin Ham or Taylor Jenkins, like making adjustments fast?
Taylor
I ain't gonna
Jenkins.
lie to you.
I watched Taylor Jenkins on
Darvin
beat
ain't
Golden
shown me
State
enough.
last year, and Golden State didn't have no trouble with nobody. That Memphis series was the hardest series Golden State played last year, and I watched every second of that series. I loved what he did. Steph was just on a mission last year. There's just really nothing you could do about it. But every adjustment you needed to make, he made. I think his biggest issue was, 1, he lost his best player, and 2, his second best player can't stay out of foul trouble. So it's only so many adjustments you can make. But from what I've seen, and again, he has actual playoff experience. Darvin Ham, this is his first year coaching. He has no playoff experience as a head coach.
I don't trust that right here.
And I don't love the Lakers. The Lakers don't have some amazing coaches on their staff. Phil Handy is an excellent trainer, but is he really an X and O's coach? So, I would trust Taylor Jenkins.
So 2 things. So definitely last year, that series, Memphis was easily the hardest series the Warriors played. And as a Spurs fan, it reminded me of the series the Spurs played versus the Warriors. Right before the Warriors took off as a championship team, they played a little different, had a different system, had a different coach. But you could see, like, oh yeah, these niggas are here. Like, it's just a matter of time. But my retort to your question is, who do you trust more in the series to coach? LeBron or Taylor Jenkins? Because at halftime, it ain't Darvin Ham talking.
That's a very good point.
They did it last night. I hate the Lakers. The Lakers are so fucking cinematic, bro. Like,
it's great TV,
They
bro.
cut
It's
to the Lakers
really
down
great
15.
TV.
Bron on the court. AD clearly ain't played in a couple minutes. Got his full sweats on, not sweating. Him and LeBron just sitting there talking. Like, LeBron on the court while they shoot the free throw. Hey, AD like, you just got to do it, bro. Like, he's just talking to this nigga. Like, damn, you don't sit the fuck down, AD. They're so dramatic, bro.
It's such a dramatic team, bro. I love every bit of it, bro. Like this season has made me really happy, bro.
It's just so funny, like watching the progression of the Lakers, bro. Like, listen, y'all remember that first year when AD signed and like LeBron was on Instagram with this nigga, inviting him to his house for Taco Tuesday?
Bro,
ain't shit been funny the past 2 years,
bro. They're a funny group, bro. Like real shit.
LeBron is like really funny as hell.
He's funny as fuck, bro.
I don't even think he knows it, bro.
LeBron quality is he can really frame a moment. Like, whether it's good or bad, bro, really know what's gonna set this picture off.
Yes,
like you remember the Lakers was losing right before the trade deadline. It was him, AD, and the GM just like sitting in the tunnel, like looking around, and niggas like,
bro, he be knowing what he doing, bro. That's what's so. That's why I think he do know he funny because this shit is an act, bro. LeBron is a character, and LeBron has realized that this is entertainment, and his job is to be as entertaining as possible, bro. That maybe it's me, bro. That maybe it's me tweet is so funny, bro. Oh my god!
I ain't paying the $5, like, bro.
I ain't paying the $5, bro. Shut your rich ass
I gotta say,
Funny, bro.
The Last Dance was great, but when they really do the LeBron joint, and we get to see how dramatic this nigga was for 16 years or 20 years, however many years they want to do the documentary, seeing how dramatic this nigga was is going to be so funny, because I gotta see that nigga punch the clipboard after the Warriors game.
Nah,
bro,
like, I need to
has
see
to
that.
be in there, bro.
I need to see that.
They said, bro, what's wrong with your hand? I was so mad, bro. I just punched the wall. What? Like,
You don't got no self-control.
yo, niggas in the audience was like, wow. These niggas just hurt himself for the rest of the time. Niggas in there like, is the wall okay? Are you kidding me?
Bro, that nigga lost the series, got swept, and came to the podium with a cast.
We didn't see that cast.
You was something, bro.
We didn't see that cast damn time
You
before
was
that.
something, bro. Oh my
the
god.
Walgreens wrist cast too. Like it really wasn't even holding nothing up. Like the nigga holding the mic with the wrist cast.
No, what's the one where he called everybody broke? What finals was that?
Oh, the one we lost to the Mavericks. He
That's
was
some
like,
real shit, though. That's some real shit.
I showed my mom that video just in conversation, like a couple months ago, like to show her like how this really worked. I was telling her, bro, like, you know, I don't care what niggas be saying, bro. And I showed her this video, and she was like, "Wow, that's inspirational." I was like, "God,
God, it is. That's inspiration, my
no,
nigga.
because y'all niggas, y'all gonna go home, y'all gonna live the same life. Ain't nothing changed for your broke ass nigga."
I said, you gonna go home and live the
LeBron is a
same life,
comedian.
bro.
bro.
You know how bad your life gotta be for that to make you feel bad?
crazy.
They said, "Yeah, we lost, but you gotta wake up you tomorrow." I get to wake up LeBron James.
I know niggas was watching that video like, he not talking to me, bro. Like,
Talking to me?
Yo, as a professional, like there was a video of him arguing with some Clippers fan at the game. Like I wouldn't be arguing with nobody.
Ryan
Wasn't he wearing a Lakers jersey?
No,
it was a Lakers.
It was a
fan.
Kobe jersey. It was a Kobe jersey, actually.
He was probably telling that nigga to get back in the game.
he was saying we need another ring.
Bro, like, yo, I'm up $1 billion. Yo, sit down, nigga, sit down.
1 0 0 0
I saw,
0.
you know, LeBron and AD ain't played 5 straight games.
Yeah, I just
in the
seen that
last 2
yesterday.
years.
They only played 82 games together the whole 10 years.
Shout out to my niggas, man.
Shout out to them, bro. Get the bag, bro.
Someone told you was gonna trade your whole future away for nothing.
Hey, man.
Cavs West.
So I do want to get into a very interesting question, and this position is not guaranteed, but I do think it'll stay like this. The Heat are at 7 right now against the Celtics. So on the other end, in the East, they have a very interesting 2-7 matchups. The Heat are the Heat in the playoffs, and we know who Eric Spoelstra is, and we know what Jimmy Butler turns into the playoffs. And they have the defense, and if you have the defense, you can find the offense at some point.
Yep.
Is there any chance Miami upsets Boston in the first round?
Oh, for sure. They could. Listen, Miami is and I stand, let's 10 toenails, I stand on this. They are a very smooth looking pull up jumper away from losing that series last year.
Yes.
Like, that's a great, listen, that is
Well,
great, listen, he's right there.
If he just set his feet,
Bro,
right there.
I'm telling you,
He just
listen,
set the feet.
you know what? Sometimes it feel really, because it looked good too going up. Ball in there, I'm like, there's no way these niggas just folded this game away.
I just don't know if you want to make that drive on Al Horford. That's my only thing. You know?
Yeah.
That's what I was telling people. People
It's
were like,
debatable.
man, why don't you go to the basket? First of all, Al Horford's on steroids. I'm not driving to the cup versus Al Horford with the game on the line for him to mug.
I was about to say, I will say they're not giving you that
It's
call.
the Eastern. Like,
They're not giving you that call.
You're not getting that call.
And we shouldn't have been in the game. Like, we was trying to steal the game.
Yes.
They not giving that. They not giving me that
No.
call. And, bro, that's Jimmy Butler, bro. Like, I know Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler, niggas be acting like he Ben Simmons, but Jimmy Butler used to shoot jumpers a lot, bro.
Yes.
You know,
He fucked his wrist up and his jumper got fucked up.
Yeah. But I think in a 7-game series, especially, listen, I like the Celtics coach, but we don't know nothing about that nigga. Bro.
Exactly. We don't know about him under pressure.
And coaching the regular season
It's not the
and
same.
coaching Eric Spoelstra in a 7-game series
Come on now.
are very, different. This your first playoff run with these players. Eric Spoelstra, everybody in Miami, he's known them for a very long time. They got Kyle Lowry coming off the bench. I don't even know if Victor Oladipo was in the league, but shout out Victor Oladipo.
I think he is.
But
I think he's still there.
I think it's this very bad first round matchup for Boston.
Yeah.
They are. They're bad, bro.
Yeah.
It's a really bad first
This was
round
the
matchup.
Eastern Conference Finals last year.
Yes, it's a bad first round matchup.
Yeah.
And I think another point that this is where Boston's offseason will come into play. Malcolm Brogdon might change this series for Boston.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Because we don't know about the coach, but we know who these players are. We know exactly who these players are. Has Jason Tatum become a better playmaker? 100%. Has Jaylen Brown has taken leaps every single year.
Yeah.
They're excellent scorers. You're not going to stop them, but their playmaking ability is not there, and Jaylen Brown's handle as a point guard isn't always there. Marcus Smart is super up sometimes, and he's super down sometimes. But you got that boy on the bench that's 50, 40, 90, and he's even kill all the time. You go down 10, we good. We go up 10, calm on down. It's all good. So I think him being able to get the ball in his hands, and you would just be able to run so many lineups because you can run him and Smart, Tatum at the 4, Jalen at 3, and Robert Williams and Horford. Yeah, and you can run that lineup. And so instead of having Marcus Smart has become a great shooter, and maybe you will have him run the point in the offense to get the what the look you want. But when you get that rebound, we're gonna give it to Brogdon.
Right.
He's gonna set the pace. He's gonna call the play, and then we'll get into what we do. So I think Malcolm Brogdon will play a big factor in the series, but I definitely do 100% think the Celtics might lose the series.
I think that series, more than any other, should be for Bam.
man.
Because when they played in the bubble, it was Bam blocking Tatum, saving the game. I think especially in the first round against the Celtics team, I think Bam has to impose his will on those Celtics bigs. Especially if Robert Williams not going to be really healthy.
Right.
If it's Grant Williams down there, bro, you got to be Bam out of bio every night.
Every night.
Because Robert Williams, I don't want to say he punked you, but it looked bad them games Robert Williams played in that Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes.
So it's a good opportunity for Bam to get his lick back for sure.
Yeah.
Because he's been working all summer too.
All right, locked into the 4 and 5 seeds are the Cavaliers and Knicks. Any chance the Knicks win this series?
Not at all.
Which Knicks win 2 games, I'll be shocked.
I think they'll get one off.
Like you want to say they
I
can?
think I like the Knicks' rotation better. Just because you never know what quickly he might give you 40 one night, and then Obi playing better. What's the other guy?
Yo, I watched Obi Toppin play 24 straight minutes of basketball at 100%, like 100% effort. Craziest thing. Him and Tom Thibodeau as a combination is very worrisome.
I think the Knicks get that one game. We don't want to get swept. You know what I'm saying? I think they get that one off. Yeah, but I don't think they get.
Barry, continue.
Because I just never know. Because like Jalen showing out, I think he trying to show everybody that Luka was the problem. I'm really him. And RJ, good decent third option. Julius Randle, he get back healthy. It's gonna be tricky because like they got some veterans low key.
They're a piece away. They're a piece away, or Julius Randle being better away. And it's no slight to Julius Randle, but you're gonna have to rely on him shooting jumpers.
Yeah.
They're too big for you to really go in there and bully him like he is capable of doing.
Exactly.
Now, this was a series where he could go to the low post and take 10 low post shots and then 7 jumpers or something like that. That's different. But he's not going. They're going to be able to double him so easily. And he's 6'8". He's not a real big. He's just a 2020 big. So
man, if Julius Randle got drafted in 03,
man,
First ballot.
yo, but I think the reason I said I'd be surprised if they win more than one game. It's just a bad matchup.
Yeah.
Their overwhelming size damn near every position but their two guards causes so many problems for other offenses because the advantages that they look for just aren't advantages versus the Cavs. Like, the Cavs will be perfectly fine switching Brunson with Evan Mobley and not really caring about it, or vice versa with Jared Allen, just because they know they have another rim protector behind them. I think it would just be bad for Julius Randle for real.
And the mid-range jumpers Jalen Brunson likes to take, like, yeah, that's cute on other guards. And I know you know how to shoot that over 6'5", 6'6" niggas, but Jared Allen 7'2", Evan Mobley 7 feet tall. Yeah. So it's a really tough matchup. And quiet is kept. I've been hard on bro. I didn't like bro for the first 2 years.
Oh yeah, we both gonna do it. Right,
but I love him now. I enjoy his game. Donovan Mitchell show up every time. Oh. Donovan Mitchell has not shown up in a playoff series one time. He shows up. So I don't think he let them go home. Like, truthfully. Even if we wrong Barry right and they still go 6 or 7, I don't think Donovan Mitchell let them
My thing is, there's no one on the Knicks perimeter defense just not built enough for Garland and
also
Mitchell.
True. Yeah. Also
true. Because I think, and they're my pick to go to the finals for a bunch of different reasons, but I think they're the best backcourt in the East, easy.
Oh yeah,
best backcourt overall. Of course, you're fighting Steph and Clay, but just one and two.
Yeah,
I think they're the best 1-2 punch.
James Harden, Tyrese Maxey.
Better. I think better.
Yeah.
At least with his version.
I would say if Mitchell plays, if this is the Mitchell going forward, for sure. Okay. This year he's been amazing. We're one of the few shows that talk about it.
That period of
Braun record for 40-point games as a Cavs his first year.
Yes.
I think, and we talked about this when the two duos joined together with Trey and DeJounte and Garland and Mitchell. I said that I think Mitchell will take a bigger step forward because Garland off the ball is so used to playing off the ball already, and he'll still be able to create those looks for Mitchell. And some of their best sets you see are where they put both of their guards into action because you already have your best defender on Mitchell, but if he sets the screen for Garland, he has to switch. So now you're able to dictate all these matchups because you have 3 or 4 people on the perimeter that can still score. You have Karis LeVert coming off the bench. Ricky Rubio's whole job is just to find open people the whole time. So I really like their rotation.
Well, lastly, the point I will bring up is Donovan has had to play point guard, shooting guard, and play defense on the Jazz this whole year. This is the first year he hasn't had to really do that. He's had some injuries. He's been out. This is probably the most well-rested he feels going into the playoffs. I think that'll play a big part into it. But it will be interesting.
And he's playing defense, which is amazing because in Utah, it was like, man, he's not playing defense, but the rest of their wings were so bad that none of them could really play defense. It's great to see him in a different situation where everyone's playing defense, and he's become a great defender at that position, even for his size.
So, I want to flip to 2020 and ask a question I meant to ask last week, but Barry's here, and this will be more fun with him now. So Patrick Beverley said that the Clippers win the championship.
Right.
Or he might have said come out the West, but he said come out the West or win the championship. And this particular mistake. So Patrick Beverley said that the Clippers will come out of the West and probably win the championship in the bubble. I mean, in 2020, if their bubble does not exist. Right. Is there any truth to that?
No.
Okay.
I still think the Lakers was the best team that year.
Barry?
Even if it was the bubble. But
I think Clippers still make it because we seeing now that AD can't really play 60, 70 games. He might fall because they took a 3-month break or something like that.
Yeah.
And then season ended March. I can't remember what the standards were, but that's crunch time. There's a lot of back-to-backs. AD might not have lasted. So
that's true.
And you got playoff people with the pressure. So that's not.
Yeah, pretty much did melt in that bubble. Shout out PG. Shout out Dance for Interest.
I don't believe that to be true. And I say that because that Lakers roster is probably like the best Lakers roster we've had, like with AD being in the building. Like that's the best roster they had with AD and LeBron in the building.
Weird with the Lakers because you just know their body just can't handle it. But just the roster and up until like I think the league stopped, man, the Lakers were amazing on defense.
I think they was on like a crazy win streak. Yeah. Like I think they like. I think it was like Giannis. Like they beat Giannis, beat Embiid one week. Like
that was the year
crazy.
where it was like, man, is LeBron MVP over Giannis?
Yeah. Yes. I remember that. That was his last year where he was like, oh, he's really crazy. So This is why I think the Clippers have a point. I think Beverly has a point, and I think they might have got it done. So, if you remember that season, if we take back and everybody go back to their 2020 version of themselves, and you look in January, February, Clippers were great. They were still figuring out their chemistry, but the Lakers had a year together already, and AD fit seamlessly at that point because that was AD's first year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was AD's first year. So he fit seamlessly, but most of the roster had been there. Right. They had got to play with Bron, and Bron was still Bron. But right before the bubble, AD or Bron had just gotten hurt. I can't remember which one. It was Bron. Bron had just gotten hurt, and they didn't know how long he was going to be out. So if I'm looking at that and you're getting hurt in March, kind of to Barry's point, how do they hold up if they have to finish the season? We have not watched them finish one full season. Yep. The only season they won was the year they got a 3-month break. So you take away the 3-month break, and now we get back into the playoffs. And everybody likes to point to the Clippers losing that 3-1 lead. Well, there's no home court advantage. So coming back from a 3-1 lead is way easier when nobody's in the gym. Yeah. And a big part of the playoffs, and Draymond brought this up a few weeks ago, is the travel. Yeah. And you not having to travel from LA to Denver, makes that hard on you. Now, I do think the Clippers folded. I think the moment got a little bit too big for them. Yeah. But playoff, P was talking about, I'm not calling him that, Paul George was talking about how mentally, like a lot of players just wasn't there. He said it himself, like, it was just really hard for me mentally. And some people are not Brian and love basketball and just in the routine, and I can lock it in fucking anyway. Yeah. And I'm going to get my truth together. So I think they got a point, and I'm going to say yes, mainly because I picked the Clippers to win the championship this year.
I would like to listen. I always love looking at both sides of the argument, even to further the Clippers' argument, because I love doing this, like, because we were there. Jokic pre-break to post, like, to the bubble.
Is that when he lost all that weight?
That's when he lost all that weight.
Yeah.
Yep. That's literally
that is true.
So if that season keeps going on, maybe Jokic isn't 30 pounds down. Maybe it's a little harder for him to stretch that through a 7-game series. He was since then he's won 2 MVPs. Yes. Yeah. So I do agree. Of course,
it's an interesting argument. Yeah. But on the Lakers side, real quick, Kawhi and PG don't ever stay healthy either. So it's they might just fell the wrong way, and that might have been
it. Well, you trust in Lou Williams or Kyle Kuzma to be the better third option? That
Lou was on that team.
Yeah. What's Kuzma? Shout out Lou Williams.
I was like, are there versions?
This is crazy, bro.
You got curly hair Kuz, temp fade Kuz,
blonde Kuz.
I will say, blonde Kuz is crazy.
Don't say Kuz again on this shit. Nobody say it again, bro.
But I like Alex Caruso guarding Lou Will.
I do.
I like Alex Caruso guarding Lou Will.
I do.
Shout out Alex.
That Lakers roster was crazy, man. I can't cap. So, the CBA got signed. I was very shocked about that because I didn't know they were negotiating. I definitely thought a lockout was coming this year. Sure. And I think I brought that up like for 2 seconds one time. Because we were talking about, because I was like, the owner's not signing nothing because y'all don't play. Yeah. So how do we feel about it? And what I'm talking about, I'll bring up the points. The 65 games to win any awards, all NBA are all the individual awards. And the mid-level exception rule where you can't really – it kind of makes it harder for teams that have built rosters to keep re-signing their players. Exactly. And what was the last big one? The mid-season tournament. So how do you guys feel about those 3 things?
So mid-season tournament, I think it's an okay idea once it was explained. Like, it's not like, all right, we're gonna pause the season to fly it out. Like, no, these are the same games we were already gonna play. We're just gonna call this weekend a tournament. Like, we're just gonna somehow it'll be a tournament. But I thought it was okay. The problem I have with the CBA is first the curbing and spending, because all the teams that are affected by it are playoff teams. I don't. It's counterintuitive for me for teams that are actively not trying to win to decide how the league is going to look, because those are not how you want the league to look. You don't want the teams. You don't want all the teams to look like the Wizards. You don't want all the teams to look like the Hornets. The teams that you have on TV that are driving the spending, that are driving these deals, that are paying everyone's bills, are these 5-6 teams that are spending all this money. So I thought it was a little counterintuitive. But the 65 win thing was a little. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet.
Okay.
It's 80%. That was my only thing. It's 80% of the season.
Yeah,
That's why
I was about to say I don't have a problem with the 65 game thing. Like I know Draymond said, like they're gonna be mad. Like these owners gonna be mad when they gotta sign a bum to a supermax.
Yeah.
But like I don't think it's gonna come down to that. I think it's just about I don't know, bro. I think it's about getting them to play more, bro.
So let me pose you this: are you going to give Lauri Markkanen the supermax that he's going to ask for this offseason? Because he will qualify for it this year.
If I'm the Jazz,
Yeah.
probably. Nobody's coming to Utah, bro.
Shit.
Like,
But see, that's the problem. Because now, if people if you make the third All NBA third team and you qualify for the supermax, when it's time to negotiate your deal, that's what you picking up the phone talking about.
yeah.
Because
sure.
that's the price now. So do you trade, people? Because I think people are still going to sit out games. I really
They probably will, but my thing is like I don't want my MVP playing only 40 games. Like, what are you in discussion for?
Well, but you didn't win MVP if you didn't play 40 games. Like to get MVP, you already had to. Like my thing is for the big awards, you kind of already had to play 60.
Yeah, it was just like it was understood.
Because if you didn't play enough games like that Embiid year, like a couple of the years Giannis won, like you playing every night, you're getting the edge over somebody who's missed a bunch of games. But 17 games is such a little. I feel like missing 20% of the games now is a little different from before, just because how different basketball is played. So I understand players missing games more because the way you play basketball is different now than it was in 2005 or 1993.
So much faster.
Where Michael Jordan is closing out to the free throw line for this jumper instead of closing out 3-pointer, top of the key, corner, rebound, go. The game is so much more spaced out that your body has to react in different ways. So I understand the wear and tear on the bodies, but 65 seems like such an arbitrary number because, like, what we saw at Drew Holiday a couple years. I got 64 games played. I'm LeBron James. Okay, y'all got this rule because niggas in Charlotte want to see me in March. I'm going to check into the game, shoot a layup, and check out. And then y'all going to have a problem with that. But I still hit my 65 games.
So the midseason tournament is growing on me because it is a part of the season. I was under the impression, I was like, bro, what's going to happen is they're going to get to that stupid-ass tournament. Steph, Braun, KD, all the players that's older just not going to play, and that's going to be the end of it. But figuring out
going to twist his ankle, and nobody's ever going to play.
Exactly. So, but now figuring out that they're a part of the regular season and that they will actually count towards the playoffs, and if you win, it helps with your playoff season or something like that. I haven't read the full details, so I'm all for the play-in tournament because I think it'll just bring a little more hype, and the single elimination games will be fun.
Okay. So essentially, my bad, I didn't mean to cut. But essentially, it's like that. It's like I guess you can liken it to like college. Like they'll do these invitations or whatever, but it's on their regular season.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I was under the wrong impression too. Yeah.
Yeah, because they do early. The invitation was early in the season. They be in Hawaii. That'd be having fun. That shit's crazy. So, stop going to Hawaii, by the way.
Please.
I got y'all Hawaii.
Shout out Rich, man.
But with the 65 games, I don't have an issue individually, but I think, like you said, it's kind of like, well, like who was winning MVPs without playing 65 games anyway? Like you were kind of giving it to who played the most. Where I do think it does become a problem is the All-NBA.
Exactly.
It's 15 players in All-NBA. So what happens if next year, Game 2, Steph twists his ankle and he missed the first 27 games of the season and come back, play every game the rest of the year, average 32, 6, and 7.
Right.
And now he's not on all the NBA because of an ankle twist in the first year because he's playing like y'all want him to.
Exactly.
That is my issue with the all NBA list is it just leaves so much room for the arguments to happen. Like, and Draymond is right. Like, what happens when that happens to Steph and that happens to Ant Edwards and Shea in the same year? Like a twist ankle, family emergency here or there, anything like that. And now you missed a couple games at the beginning of the year, but you played every game from December to May, and now you play 63 games instead of 65, and now you're not an All NBA, and Tyrese Maxey is. Right. So it's like, shout out to Tyrese Maxey, you didn't do nothing.
Is it a positionless or is it just...
Yeah, I was about to say.
That is what I was going to say. That is my problem.
They did make a
That's my
positionless,
biggest
right?
problem with the
Because I got a crazy question for y'all.
That's my biggest problem with CBA right there.
What's the question?
You got somebody averaging 27, 5, and 5. Are they automatically making an All-NBA team?
No.
Not in this NBA, no.
Not in this NBA.
Not in this NBA no more.
Because that's Mikal Bridges. He averaged 27 since he got to Brooklyn. He close to 5 and 5. So are those all NBA numbers?
They won't give him all NBA just because.
I'll say this: if Mikal Bridges did that for a season, with the defense he played, he would for sure be on.
But he only got it. What he got, like 20 games under his belt doing that?
In Brooklyn, he's only been there. Yeah, I think he's only
like
been in
20.
Brooklyn for like a month. But my biggest problem with the All NBA
25
teams
games.
25. Yeah,
like,
they're not giving it to him on that.
why are we why are we caving to niggas crying, bro? Like I get it, Embiid. You thought you should have been first team All NBA. I do think is it unfair that only one center spot is available? Mm-hmm. Yes, but that's the way it should be. You would have been first team All NBA this year. Mm-hmm. You want to know why? Because you were the best center in the league. Like, getting rid of the positions is so... I hate when, like, the NBA and leagues cave to niggas crying because, all right, so when Embiid or Jokic, they start slowing down, and it's 5 point guards. And it's one or two big make it an All-NBA team. You're moving towards, it's damn near impossible to do this as a big. Like, they think you're helping us, like, oh, we'll have two centers this year. Well, are you really? Because, like, so Embiid and Jokic are playing at MVP level. The other bigs, who are still almost all-stars, niggas don't put them in that top 10 category. Mm. So if you take Embiid and Jokic out, would a big even make All-NBA this year? If it was positionless. So De'Aaron Fox, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Steph, all these people who would be, they're fighting for these guard spots. How would you even put a big in?
I might put Sabonis in there. I might throw him in there.
Sabonis would be the one. Sabonis would be the only one.
Which team would he make, though?
Probably third, honestly.
And that's the thing. Like, everyone's not going to be
AD would have argument.
Jokic.
AD would have argument. But he didn't play enough games.
Yeah, he didn't play enough
But
games.
yes. All right, so here's my counterpoint to that, though. You just said everybody stop crying. Stop crying. Be better. Be a better big. Yeah. If you was as good as Embiid, if you was at 24-10 and 2 blocks a game, you make it. Yeah. So, hey, I'm not going to sit here and be mad that Steph averaging 30, Shea averaging 27, Fox averaging 28, Luka averaging 29, and Tatum averaging 30. Shit, they deserve it.
So this is my counter to you. I'm an up-and-coming big, right? Mm-hmm. I'm a big who really just go to work. Mm-hmm. I got my 25 and 15 every night. Mm-hmm. This is 2023 in the NBA, so I just can't dribble that bitch up every play.
Right.
I can't run every pick and roll. I cannot demand the 40% of the offense share that Luka can. Mm-hmm. So my numbers just never going to catch up to him unless we play like the 76ers and Embiid or Jokic, where I'm going to dominate the ball. But I'm still the best. You could realistically be the best big in the league, averaging 26, 12. Mm-hmm. But my numbers compared to guards who are going to have the ball, who will take all these shots, will never demand me really being first team.
I am going to leave that up to the voters being smart. Yeah. That is what I will say. Mm-hmm. You're making a very valid point. If me, you, T, and S was voting, because I'm putting straight point guard. But for the voters, I think they will take into consideration, all right, the numbers for the bigs aren't going to look like the numbers for the guards. So we'll kind of realize that Jason Tatum number may be a little bit inflated to big A right here. Yeah. But these voters suck sometimes, and it might be 1 year where it's 3 point guards and 2 forwards.
What I would do, but I would do guards and bigs.
Like a separate team for?
No, I would do 3 guards, 2 bigs.
2 big. Oh, like the All-Star game?
Yeah.
So you can leave Greek off first team?
Well, Not exactly
Doc
like
Rivers gonna be on first team.
That's why I don't mind it though, because this year I genuinely think the first team should be Steph or De'Aaron, and Shea, one of those three, and then Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid. And if it can't be that this year because it's not positionless. So some years it does benefit the bigs. Like this year, all three of them would be first team, and they deserve it to be this year. They're the three leading vote getters in the MVP. My bad, it'll be Tatum. It'll be Steph, Tatum, and then them three probably. So, and that would be a good first team. All of those deserve it. Maybe you flip Steph and De'Aaron. But other than that, like, some years it's going to benefit, some years it's not going to benefit. But I think having the option is important.
Right.
That's what I'll say. That's how
I think that's fair. I think it hurts the NBA third team niggas the worst.
For sure.
'Cause
100%.
you used to be able to sneak in for real. Like if your position was
Yeah.
bad enough, you usually be able to backdoor.
So LeBron
Y'all know
snuck in there like
got
what?
one? Yeah.
LeBron snuck in there like what? Last year or the year before?
Yes, it was last year. He snuck in there.
He just be, at the bottom. Like, I got a bunch of second place votes. Like,
Yes.
the math added up the way it did. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm super surprised they signed that. But I hit the chat when they did. And my point, oh shit. I was super surprised when they signed it, and I hit the chat when they signed it. I was like, oh yeah, Braun for the retire, son. Because Braun would have never let this shit slide. You did? Braun would have never let those niggas get off like that. Braun made a career mid-season trade. Y'all gonna take that out?
So, let's flip to some rapid rap real quick. I want to give a shout out to Dreamville Festival first and foremost. Yeah. J. Cole do it big every year.
look crazy in there.
100,000.
that's
100,000.
Yeah,
Man, shout out to Cole, bro. That festival looked insane. Shout out to Drake. Did anybody watch the live stream or anything? I did not. I usually do.
I followed this bad bitch. I was watching her story.
So yeah, I just wanted to give him a shout out. That shit looked crazy. J. Cole is one of the best performers on earth. Forget rap performance. He is one of the best performers on earth. Drake killed it. Shout out to seeing Glorilla on the stage was fire. Wayne is always fire to see with Drake. Who else did he bring out?
Uzi.
Uzi, yeah, that was crazy to see Uzi. So yeah, shout out to Wayne, J. Cole and Drake. Usher the first night went crazy. That set list
I
was
heard he
nuts.
went like an hour and some change.
Yes, the set list was crazy.
Is he the new king of R&B, or are we?
The new. And then
There's a couple niggas still ahead of
it would still be. There's nobody ahead of him as far as R&B music. Not one.
Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean does not drop music. Frank Ocean does not drop music. Frank Ocean has not dropped an album in 5 years.
I was gonna say Frank Ocean got
6
2
years.
albums right now?
This year is the 6th year he ain't dropped the album. It don't matter. He cannot be the king of R&B.
She screaming XO to the dash. I would take the Weeknd last 5 years over Usher last 5 years.
1,000,000%, but I don't count.
Yeah, the last
I
five
don't
was
count
fine.
the Weeknd as an R&B artist. And
What?
that's my cop out.
Oh, fuck out of here.
That's my cop out.
I mean, hey,
100%. But yeah, nah, he ain't an R&B artist. He a pop
They
artist.
nose for a minute. Shout out to the Weeknd.
Shout out 100%.
Amen.
Shout out to Weeknd. Shout out to Usher. He just dropped a new
shout out
song
to Usher,
called
too.
Glue. Crazy. Have you heard it?
Nah, not shit.
Joe Budden played it.
Shout out
That's
to
the only reason
Chloe.
I know that. Shout out to Joe Budden.
Shout out to Chloe. Dropped her album. Y'all go get that.
please.
Somebody got to.
What are we doing?
I was just shouting.
Hey,
What's happening? No, for real. Shout out to Chloe though. I listened to the album Chloe. It was good. It was a good
Yeah, I heard
album.
the songs I heard. I liked them.
Good project. You were singing your ass off. It's your first debut album. You nervous? You got to get better. Everybody get better. It's a good album. Yes.
Do you think it's doing 10K?
Yeah, probably. Chloe don't got a big fan base. I told you that. Chloe got 1 million followers on Instagram. Do you know that?
10K
oh, that's
is
exactly
tough.
what it's doing.
Like Chloe don't got this huge audience. I think
Yeah.
I think her and her sister are better together. But a lot of groups are like the Migos are better together.
I
We ain't-
think she just
so-
needed to take more time for real.
I do too, but I can't be mad because she's hot right now. She's in a couple movies. She has a movie coming out in a couple weeks. She just had a movie come out. She's been everywhere. Her sister's doing a Little Mermaid soon, so they're hot right now. So I understand, and this may not be the plan. I may be making this up, but if her plan was, hey, we're going to get this album out and we're going to see what people gravitate towards so I can get back in the lab, give me a year and a half, and at the end of next year, cold wintertime, I'm going to drop a real R&B album because I know my fans like, that'll make more sense. And I can see that being what she worked to. It's a debut album. I'm not mad at 10K. Yeah, you are. You're mad at 10K. You was one of the 30 to 40K would have been way more reasonable. 10K was like, whoa, that's crazy. 10K is really crazy.
10K is nuts.
Yeah.
But I think her future is fine.
Yeah.
It's just not looking good right now.
Yeah, it's not.
Right. This is a compliment and like a criticism, but right now will be the worst part of her career.
Probably. Hopefully it is.
Yeah,
Hopefully
it's just gonna be up from here. But
and she's going on tour, so I think that her live may help that a little bit, may bring in a different audience.
did y'all watch Swarm?
I have not. I heard it's good though.
Y'all
I
watch
keep
Snowfall?
yes.
Have you watched Snowfall?
I don't know. Y'all got it.
Okay. So we're not gonna talk about Snowfall.
The only thing with her is I heard like her album is like really you could tell it's a lab behind her. So I don't know if I don't know if that's what's hurting her or helping her. When you got like writers and because like what's the Chris Brown song? That's like a 5-year-old song.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's helping or hurting her.
I think it is. I think it's hurting her.
She's trying to age like Lamar.
I think great joke. I think she kind of what I just said. I think she's like trying to find a sound and something that sticks because her and her sister were something different. So finding where you have to sing for a minute and a half on songs, a minute and 20 seconds, now you got to fill a whole 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes with you, just you. So I think that can be very difficult in this age because niggas like, you go back and listen to some old rap or old R&B songs, they had the same tempo, melody, all of that. Same rap, same flow, all of that. For 3 straight verses, nobody said shit. Now you got to switch your flow every 45 seconds. You got to change the beat. You got to do all of this because people's attention span are so short. So I think she's really just finding her footing. And there's not like there's a lot of R&B acts, but there's not a lot of big R&B acts. So I think it's okay that she's not doing well because there ain't nobody you looking at. Like, you ain't chasing Beyonce. Like, so everybody she chasing, like, ain't nobody really selling 400K a first week. So how this album continues to sell throughout the year. Now, if we look up at the end of the year and this album is gold on the way to platinum, you're cool. Yeah. But if we look up and they at 125K in August, then it's, all right, maybe we got some more.
But speaking of hip hop, like you talked about earlier, the drama tape.
All right, man. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Hey, shout out DJ Drama.
Hey, shout out
Great
to
tape.
DJ Drama.
You did it, man.
You did it. You did it.
That Tyler track really set the tone, bro.
Set the tone of the whole tape.
Yeah.
Set the tone of the whole tape.
Rick Ross might be the 5th member of Griselda because he don't mess with them.
Okay,
doesn't.
that song is nuts.
That song is
That song is crazy. That is one of my favorite. That might be my favorite hook this year so far.
Listen,
He is talking that shit on there.
man.
listen.
So I wanted to ask y'all this. How did y'all feel about the mix-up? Like, because the album was strictly rap, and then the Wayne Roddy and Gucci song was like a little female
Yeah, like
girl,
a R&B
like a
song,
a summer song. It sounded like a summer song for the
caught me off
club.
guard. I ain't
How did
gonna
y'all feel about that?
I thought it was a little interesting just because I follow Wayne, and I'm sure, of course, you've noticed this. He's gotten a lot less sexual over the last couple of years. So he came on, and I was like, damn, like, this nigga back at it.
I didn't want to hear him and Gucci talking about that.
Yeah, no,
Hey.
but hey, I won't lie, that's a vintage Gucci verse.
That's Gucci.
That is a
very
vintage
good.
man.
Gucci verse right there.
So I like the song. I really like the song. I just think it should have been at the end of the album.
Yeah.
I think it shouldn't. I think it should have been song. I think of the song. Album was 14. It should have been song 12 or 13. I just thought it was like whoa, because Barry texted was like, "Is this an R&B album?" And I was like, "It's like the first 3 songs are the A Boogie and Lil Baby song, which is kind of like the intro to the intro, or the intro from the intro, because it's not really like, it's really Drama talking over that shit, getting a little harmonized.
It's the 4th song. So you go from the Nipsey and Jeezy songs.
Yeah, to that.
Right.
And
Then you go to that 42 Doug and Lil
and it's like,
And 42 Doug, I gotta shout out
Hey,
42
man,
Doug.
you should have Detroit.
Yeah, no. 42
Yes,
Doug
sir.
don't waste no time.
No time.
Started like,
Listen.
You might got to free him.
oh, that Uzi
I was
verse
about
is
to say,
crazy,
free
by the
that
way.
boy.
Hold on.
yeah.
Apologize to Jack.
Yep, no.
Apologize to Jack.
So they was like, nah, you gotta
Hey, let's talk about
He
it.
was like, man, you gotta listen to it. I was like, damn, I gotta listen to it. And man, that's a great song. Start to finish.
Start to finish.
I love when you get the first couple bars off and the nigga spinning back. Like, yeah, that's really old school, spin the first couple lines back. But man, great rapping. And I listened to it on the way here, and it really doubled down how I felt about Jack. Because man, if like, I don't know, and you talked about Chloe having a team and making decisions for him. Man, I don't know who making decisions for Jack, but y'all just gotta let that nigga rap again.
That's a
bro.
fact.
Like,
I think he's a drama project, if I'm not
is,
mistaken.
bro. And I want him to get closer back to what him and Drama was doing, bro. Because listen. If I had a million hoes too, that would be part of my rollout. But that is not your audience. Because those hoes don't buy albums.
Right.
Like Jack Harlow can really, really rap, bro.
That's a fact.
And leaning into the sex symbol side of it instead of that has hurt him because niggas not gonna take him serious if he not rapping, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And he was getting, and Jack Harlow can rap that way.
He can rap better than a lot of niggas.
That's a
He
fact.
really can
Yeah.
rap. So, Christian, you're about to say something.
Oh, I was about to say, like, you know how in certain stuff like black people have to work 2 times harder. Rappers the only place where white people have to work
Yes.
2 times harder.
100%.
So like that's why he like you were saying he
basketball.
needs to lean into the rap.
And sports, yeah.
And athletic activities.
Yeah. And being cool. Keep going, my bad.
It's crazy.
Women. It's really anything.
Really anything that doesn't involve systematic racism.
Anything y'all niggas didn't make the rules up for, damn. Like.
Oh, shit.
Okay, I don't want to get off on a tangent, but this is the pod, so I feel like this is a great place to ask this. Think about the best ever at every category you know. How many people are not black?
At every category.
Swimming.
Think about the best shooter you know, the best singer,
Well,
Swimming.
shooter,
we the best golfer,
golfer.
best basketball player, best shooter, best dribbler.
We got what?
Michael Jackson was black.
How many more years we giving him Mahomes being better than Brady?
Mahomes is black. How many of those?
Tiger's black. Like, hey, I mean,
It's
mixed.
swimming.
Ray Charles.
I'm about to say
Like,
Michael.
yeah,
Phelps.
it's really
We got
just
Michael Phelps. Yeah.
It's swimming and
So
And
more of the
fencing.
story is one of y'all niggas got to start swimming.
Hey, you know it's one coming. It's a black female swimmer coming up through the college ranks right now.
Right now.
I have been saying through all the years, this is a crazy tangent. We're not going to get racy, but I've been saying the only reason black people don't dominate swimming is because they just swim. They don't teach us to swim because swimming is expensive. There's not pools in our neighborhoods, and y'all know why it's not pools in our neighborhoods. That's simple as that.
Listen,
We get a black hockey player, man.
Hockey too, yeah.
hockey, soccer.
And soccer. Yeah, they got soccer.
Well,
Soccer is different because white people don't win that. So that's one I could.
They don't win. It's not.
That
it's
is
not,
true.
Yeah, it's
That
not
is
them.
true.
Yeah. Baseball too, same thing. I'm fine with us not being the best at baseball.
Barry Bonds the
because
best baseball player ever. Fuck it. No, fuck it. And Jackie Robinson.
No, what's the nigga?
And Hank
Griffey.
And Griffey. All of them.
If
Four.
niggas,
That's 4 of them. Fuck
if
y'all.
niggas want to say Ken Griffey the best, I'm not going to hit it because I don't watch baseball. And I don't watch baseball because it's very few sports I watch where Americans aren't the best. Because I just don't get it. I just don't get why we're not winning. Like,
Crazy.
niggas like, man, Mike Trout coming up to the plate. I'm like, oh, you know, we finna win. Oh, no, we finna lose. What you mean, nigga? Like, this America. We ain't come out here to lose.
Listen, I turned on that WBS.
Nigga set you down on strike. Nigga, what?
and he a hitter too. Just,
Bro, you supposed to be Mike Trout.
Hey, do you know he's like the best baseball player ever right now?
That's what they say.
Mike
You know,
Trout?
The best ever.
you know-
I'm not going to mispronounce his
Shohei.
name.
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
Ohtani.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Best baseball player ever right now.
Yeah.
He might be. For real,
Boy,
maybe.
that nigga is
Hey,
crazy.
he might be coming to Atlanta next season. Y'all boys get a jersey ready.
Oh, for real?
hey,
no, he for real.
They
Like,
say he a free agent. Like he might be coming here for real.
I just hate baseball because there's no way you got the 2 best players and y'all can't go to the playoffs.
Family Angels
Isn't that
stink.
so funny, bro? So Mike Trout, and you know that, yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
it's really-
Imagine LeBron and Steph winning like 30 games.
Bro, that's what it is, man.
So do you think baseball is a sport? Me and T had this argument, bro. Because the first thing niggas tell me when I say this is, bro, but baseball is super hard. And I said, okay, I never said it wasn't. But if you tried to throw a cotton ball over a roof, it would be hard. It's not a sport. Cricket hard. We don't play it in America. Like, that's not a sport here, nigga.
How many sports can you play 3 days in a row? Just,
Bruh, how many sports can you play 3 full days in a row? They be having 8-hour. But listen, shout out to the pitch shot clock or whatever. I may try to watch a baseball game soon because it speeds up the game. But that shit is like. They be like, man, you look how much energy they using. Y'all ever seen niggas play competitive chess? Them niggas be sitting at the table sweating. Niggas lose like 5 pounds throughout a competitive chess tournament.
No, that is
they
sick.
sit in the sun. They got a hat on. Like,
Yo, them niggas be, like they be bored out there, bro. Like,
So all our baseball fans, we're sorry. I'm sorry.
okay, my
I'm
last
the
point
show.
is this: could Deion have played in the NBA and the NFL?
Nah.
I don't think so.
If he wanted to, yes. I'm not saying Deion
You're
can
right.
do
Yeah,
anything.
that's
Deion can do anything.
You know what? Shout out.
You should have picked a different nigga.
Shout out Deion.
Deion can do anything.
What was the other nigga who played 2 sports?
Bo Jackson
Nah,
and
Bo
Charlie
Jackson.
Ward.
Yeah, Bo
Yep.
Jackson.
Charlie Ward played football and
Bo
basketball.
Jackson for sure could have played basketball.
Bo Jackson do whatever he wants to. I ain't going.
They said Bo Jackson jumped over a river when he was a kid. They got some of the craziest bullshit.
Jumping over a river.
They said he
Jumped
jumped over
over
a 15-foot river. What?
Jumped over a river. Bro, get the fuck out of here.
That's why. That's why. That got to be why his hip ended up like that. You jumping over rivers, man?
Yo, like, You be doing, and I really think there is some, because I thought about this when Paul George got hurt. I think, and you see this a lot of with players who have amazing body control. I think for real, there's a certain level of body control we just shouldn't have, because it's not, you just not always gonna make that right choice. Like, you just got so much body control. You asking your body to do some crazy shit,
like jump over a river.
You ask somebody to jump over a river, nigga. Like,
The fuck, but. Back to drama. So we were on Jack. Yeah, shout out to Jack.
Yeah, shout out Jack.
Excellent bars all throughout the song. And okay, that's your point. That was where you were going. I wanted to say that Jack and his target audience. I think a big part of a big issue with Jack is they really messed up, bro. All right, so his album sold, and his album went platinum, and because Jack is a white rapper, and that's what popular white rappers do. Right. But as a white rapper, you don't feel accomplished until you get our respect. Yeah. Which Mac Miller got, Paul Wall got, Eminem got.
Shout out Eminem.
I think the issue with Jack is he tried to be Drake too soon. He did it one album too soon. And he had a couple projects out, a couple small projects. The project with the glasses is really crazy. And the one came after that with the Chris Brown single on there. Yeah. That album is really good. And this was the album where he had the hype. The past two was like, the first one, was it Cody Banks, or was that just the name of the song on there?
No, I think that's the name of the song.
Okay, so that album was like, oh, we're finding Jack. Yeah. The next album was like, okay, I found Jack. Let's see if he's good. Oh, he is good. Now I got the hype. I've been on tour. Right. I've been in commercials. I'm hanging out with the celebrities.
Been to every award show in the last 6 months.
Yes, I've been to every single award show. Yeah. I've been performing at award shows. New Balance deal. I'm everywhere. I'm literally everywhere.
I'm in White Man Can't Jump.
I'm in a new movie, KFC. Yeah. KFC. I got the KFC bucket because I'm from Kentucky. Yeah, hard, super hard. Yeah. And then you get to the point, and what you've been known for this whole time,
you switched.
Mm-hmm. So the audience you had, you're losing, and the audience you could have potentially gained because they're tuning in now because you got some noise, you didn't even get. Right. So that is where I think Jack's team went wrong, and they should have been like, nigga, what do you do? Rap, bro. Just rap. Yeah. And like he had the Drake feature. You got Wayne on your line to call, and you doing a fucking, you got him singing. Yeah. Rap, nigga. If you should prove you can rap with Drake, and then you prove you can rap with Wayne, and then you got the lady song. You got 2 or 3 lady songs on there. That's a different album, but it's so I can't say too much.
The whole album's different if he carried his weight on Churchill Downs. Yeah. You don't even gotta go crazy. You just gotta carry it.
Man, that verse is so bad.
Man,
it's so bad. How
do you not re-record that verse?
Bro, we talked about that last week. We said, how do you not re-record that verse? Drama. 1, what is y'all favorite song? And 2, did y'all like the Wiz, T.I., and Simba song?
I did like that song. It's a tie for me because, like I said, Tyler really set the tone for me, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I don't want to use it as a cop-out. So if I had to choose another song, then I'm going to go with the Jeezy feature.
Okay. The Jeezy feature is crazy. So that's a better question. What's the favorite feature? Not song. Okay. What's your favorite verse on that song?
Whoever did the hook on the 350 song. That's my favorite verse on the whole project.
I know my song of the year.
Skated on that shit. Okay. But to answer your second question, I've kept this hidden on this show for a very long time. I do not like Wiz Khalifa music at all.
Okay.
I just
like never at any point.
I don't have an issue.
I like Black and Yellow. See you again.
Yo, you're funny, bro.
But like,
see you again.
I like Black and Yellow. No, you don't, bro.
When that shit came out though, like that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Then the Green and Yellow remix.
Bro, that nigga said no keys. Push to start. The
beat drop. Hey, you know what? That's my problem with Wiz Khalifa. He rap like a Dr. Seuss book. I can't stand that shit. Like, he rap like in between the words, he wants you to guess what he gonna say. So I can't stand Wiz.
So here's where I'm gonna cut you some bells because Wiz Khalifa can't rap. Wiz Khalifa can make music. Wiz Khalifa knows how to make songs. Wiz Khalifa understands that music is about feeling good, and he make high music. Yeah. I be medicated. I know when it's some Wiz songs, I still play some old Wiz, new Wiz.
Phone numbers. Okay, that's one of my favorite songs.
Phone numbers is crazy.
Phone.
California is crazy.
Yeah.
It's some songs he got some. What's it? When I roll up, that song is crazy.
Yeah.
When you medicated or you at a party at a function, his music is good. You not finna be riding down I-75 sending traffic listening to Wiz Khalifa. If you in Atlanta, we from Atlanta, so anybody listening to California, West Coast, forgive us.
He had a crazy mixtape run. I ain't gonna
He
lie.
did have a crazy mixtape run.
You can't say that around here, homie.
So on from speaking of Tyler. Oh, my favorite verse is probably that fucking Wayne verse. Sure. So like,
Water's wet.
Just to be safe.
yeah. Tyler.
Yes.
Everybody listen.
Yes.
Yeah, I know you that's not your speed. You're a Griselda nigga. I know you are. You're a real nigga. You ain't gotta talk. You from Detroit, nigga. You ain't listen to Tyler.
Shout out 30 Expect, man.
He ain't put Doug on the album this time, Barry.
I will just start. Tyler, thank you, bro. Like, real shit. Tyler is everything we want rappers to be at every step of the way. He is his own person. He created his own style. He created damn near his own style of rap because the songs you hear don't even sound like rap songs you've ever heard in your life. He produces all his own music. He is A+ level rapper, and he consistently shows up and never ever disappoints.
Yep.
I want to give a round of applause to Tyler. That deluxe album is phenomenal.
Incredible.
Every song on there is crazy. If you go to his, they're not up now, but when they came out, he was describing the songs and what they sound or why he made them, and everything he said was like, oh, I can hear that.
Yeah.
And being that intentional with your art, being able to tell your audience, hey, this is where I was at this point, or this is what I wanted you to feel when you hear this, and you feel that, it's incredible, bro. So I just want to give him a huge shout out, especially because, bro, like, as far as rappers, like, Tyler was the weird nigga. Tyler was a weird nigga, and if you listen to Tyler, you was a weirdo, and now he one of the 5 biggest rappers on this planet. Yeah. And as much as Tyler may not make another rap album in his next 3 albums, but he ain't ever gonna say a bad word about rap, and he always gonna give credit to Pharrell, to Kanye, to Wayne, to Pusha, to Malice, everybody that inspired him, he always gives credit to. He mentions him in all albums. So I just want to give a shout out to Tyler, bro. That shit is incredible.
Did y'all watch the Hulu thing with him yet?
Fuck, I still have not done.
I have not seen it.
I have so much stuff to watch.
It's a great watch if you've recently heard the album, for sure. Okay. Because it's not just about the album. It's really just about his whole career, really, up until this point.
Is it a Rap Caviar with just him?
No, it's like I know you've seen this before because like we're music nerds. I know y'all watch them too. Like it's like a YouTube video essay.
Oh, bet. Okay, bet.
Like his whole, like they take you through his whole career.
Oh, bet.
Like you get to see Clancy and there's people talking about him. Like it's a real solid hour of like real Tyler Creator content.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
they got one for the City Girls too. I just didn't have the heart to watch it. They got one for Roddy Ricch, and I'm just not from the West Coast, so I just wasn't gonna watch it. But it was amazing to hear him kind of talk in that. Like in that first segment, because the little clip came out of him talking about being a rapper, but of him talking about like really what he does and how much he really loves to do it, how much fun he has doing it. I thought the deluxe songs were crazy. The drums on that Vince Staples song is straight nerd, straight Pharrell disciple. Like the whole beat is just crazy. But those 2 samples, Heaven to Me and What a Day, man, that is classic rap right there. Shout out to Kanye on the Heaven sample.
He is special.
But man, that I love the project start to finish for real. Shout out to Rocky. Rocky slept in the feature.
He said, what did he say? He said, Chris talk.
And he blowing crazy on it.
Because he says he had a talk. I'm gonna take.
I was about to say, so first off, I got on the Tyler because of y'all. Honestly, like I got on the Tyler train real late because I was kind of on that. If you listen to Tyler, you weird. Because I remember in middle school, I wasn't fucking with him. I wasn't.
I don't want you to think you was.
No. Listen,
You watch the Rap Caviar are so funny because the niggas around him like, yeah, you was weird as fuck.
Listen, because I used to have
the Roach.
Yeah, that was.
I was gonna say I used to have MTV Jams, so like all the music videos was playing in the morning. Like Yonkers played. I was like, yo, why is this nigga eating roaches, bro? Like, I don't want to see this before I go to
It's so
school.
crazy.
Bro.
B was crazy though.
The beat was crazy.
He ate a roach and hung himself in the same video. He forgot he had hung
Insane.
himself because the roach was so crazy.
Yeah.
I cut it off. Like I hadn't even seen that. Like,
But yeah, like,
Shout out to Snowball.
what else? Yeah. So like I said, I got on him like a little late, but like I kind of agree with everything y'all saying as far as like we ain't gonna say no names, but we know who's like getting away from rap and like saying that about rap, and like he's not doing that, so that's good for him. Like I'm glad he's not doing that. As far as the deluxe goes, so I didn't like the demo, I think it's called Girlfriend with YG.
yeah.
Oh,
YG.
you're crazy. You're crazy.
I did. Maybe I need to listen to it again. I wasn't a
I'm
fan.
glad you waited to say that. You get out of LA.
Oh God.
Yeah, listen,
But you gotta really listen to that, bro.
You don't like YG, homie?
Hey, listen, YGT, if you watching this, you know, that's that side of the table.
I'm gonna listen to it again, but like in first listen, I wasn't really feeling it. But like everything else, I loved.
It's
Like
crazy. I secretly really fuck with YG music. Like,
He makes some good music.
he does make some good music. I
I
will
like
say that.
California
Like,
rap. I like that style. Not,
I don't like
can't do
all
every
of
day,
it,
but I like it.
I don't like all of it, but like it's
got
some
some
artists that
songs.
really.
Yeah, shout out
Have
to
y'all
Larry
heard-
June. He had a good album too. I love his album.
Oh, you fuck with Larry June? Speak about him, bro. I just like seriously because I hear about him a lot. Like,
It's
what
like-
is he?
Smooth. I wouldn't say he's not like in a whiz bag, but it's like smooth rapping. You can't lose an Alchemist, so I'm locked in already.
Okay, he an Alchemist nigga. Okay,
Yeah, he locked in. He got
I
some
might
good
have to
features.
burn that. I might have to burn it.
Yeah, I
But
might have to
I
listen to
follow
that.
a lot of people that like Larry June music.
I see so many people
and they
like
talk about it where it's like it's real smooth. Like niggas just talking about going to the store.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not like gangster, so you ain't gotta
Yeah.
like.
He's just living a regular life.
maybe
you
that's
know?
how I should. Rap.
Listen, I love music like that, bro. Like you know,
It's just good music, bro.
Yeah.
I'm
He
happy.
threw, he threw Big Sean on the track and Big Sean slid on it, so I'm happy about that. Cause
Yeah. Shout out to Detroit.
that's crazy. I think I
That's
hear
what
that.
Okay, I have it. That nigga, Tyler said hitting Willies like Chris retaliated, and it
That's
took
crazy.
dog. I said what? Because I didn't even catch it. Tyrone texted it to me, and I was like, he was like, that nigga said hitting Willies like Chris retaliated, and I was like, what are you talking about? That don't make no.
Yo,
Oh,
Shout
that
out.
is crazy.
Shout out.
And then he said, where is it? Where is it? He said, I pulled up in the 18th letter repeat buggy.
Yeah.
And it's a double R. Nigga, that's crazy, bro.
yeah, nah. And listen, the flow switches, still on Dogtooth, that little flow switch on the second
in the
verse.
at the beginning of the
Yeah,
first verse,
back in the legs. Yeah, I
Yes.
love that shit.
But
Wharf Talk is crazy.
Wharf Talk is
yeah.
crazy.
Wharf
I
Talk's
love
crazy.
I love the don't even know what to call it, but the pitch of the voice, I guess, was I really like that. I love it. Tyler getting that back a lot, and I really like that.
yeah, that's definitely a throwback Tyler like sound.
What's
He
your-
definitely pitched that like.
And they said and that makes sense because he recorded that in 2020. He
Right.
posted about it. What's your favorite song though from the deluxe?
Heaven to you.
Okay.
I think that last verse, I love hearing verses like that where like niggas are really, like you really getting into it, like into your past. Like he has a song like that on Flower Boy,
Yes.
talking about find your,
Yes.
fuck, I forget what the
Find
day-
Your November.
Find Your November. We was talking about like the favorite times in his
Yes,
life, and he's
yes.
talking about 17,
Yep,
the bitches
yep.
Pasadena, like doing all, like you could really feel like he's trying to rap as much as he can on this song, and he literally ran out.
You can literally see what he's saying.
Yeah.
Literally.
And it's great. I love that
Chris,
song.
what's your favorite song on deluxe?
So it's a tie for me between Stuntman and Wharf Talk. Only because like I don't seek out like ASAP or Vince Staples music.
That's fair.
But I know, like, you know what I'm saying?
They make a lot
If I
of
turn
other
on a
music.
project, like they make really good music. Like I've listened to a Vince Staples album and like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't enough for me to like, I'm gonna always listen to him, but like I know.
We got to cut all this part out.
But But I know if I turn his album on, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get some good verses. So like that's how I felt about them two songs. Like as soon as he like hopped on the track, like I knew.
My favorite two are Heaven to Me and What a Day. What a Day, he's rapping his ass off on What a Day. He's rapping his ass off on shit. Shout out to Tyler, man. Big shout out. And Quiet as Kept, bro. That we're gonna probably look back. We'll have this conversation at probably the end of the year. But we're gonna look back. That's gonna be one of the best rap albums that come out this decade. And
Oh, yeah.
I'll call that right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, yeah.
That is like top to bottom. It's very rare that you get an album and then get a deluxe album a year later. It's also 2 years later, actually. Yeah, it's also very rare that you get an album and you get a deluxe where the album just continues to flow seamlessly.
It's finished too.
Yeah,
That's the thing with Tyler. When we heard that we were gonna get these new songs, one of the first things that stood out for me is like usually when niggas throw the deluxe at the end, songs be kind of done. You know, got the way Tyler makes music. I knew all these songs were 1,000% finished.
Yes.
Start to bottom, everything was done. So
yeah, incredible. And lastly, new era coming. Probably can't predict it. We'll probably be wrong, but we'll try. What do you think Tyler's new era is? Where do you think he's going now?
I think we get a slow. I'm not gonna say an R&B style album, but I think a slower
Paced
paced
tempo.
album.
Yeah, gotcha.
Maybe a little. We got a lot of samples on this last tape. Couple more samples. But it's really hard. It's really hard to decide because you know he's not gonna have one. Like, oh, we're just gonna do the sound because he's still gonna have those other songs hidden in there. So I think we'll get something actually a lot slower, closer to his his love for R&B. Because I know because he talk about it a lot in his interviews.
Yes, he does.
You know what songs he loves to make. His songs gotta have bridges. His songs have to have these things. So I think that's
So I like where you're going, and I agree with you. I think he's going slower tempo. He's going to go slightly into the R&B. I think he still raps a little bit, but I think he pulls from the drama and the Kelly bag, and it's a big album. Like, it's a lot of people on the album at the same time. And it's because he's making music. He can't do himself. He can't sing this verse. He can't sing this hook. So he's going to come and find people do it, and he'll rap in between.
Man, it'll never happen. But God, I would. Listen, I would kill for an Odd Future album. Dog, man. And I
At
posed
this point in their career?
I
Yes,
posed
bro.
this question, I think maybe last year, and niggas laughed at me. Is Odd Future the best collection of talent we've seen in one group? Not like a label where Cash Money had, of course, a million niggas. I like a singular group of niggas.
I mean, if you grew up in the 90s, you're going to say Wu-Tang.
I was finna say.
You're going to say Wu-Tang, and that's the answer. Like,
That's fair.
Like, who else? Like, what else?
You NWA as well.
If you can go NWA,
Outkast.
you can go Hot Boys.
Does Outkast count?
As a group?
They do the duo.
It's a group of duo. It's a duo group.
I always thought they.
If a duo counts, does the throne count?
Yeah, I thought a duo counted as a group.
No, because they never officially declared that they were. Man, actually, they did.
They took a feature called, and on the feature it says "Feature of the Throne." Shout out Drake.
You did.
Pop star.
That is true. You did.
That's a crazy song too.
You did.
But the reason I bring this up, and
I can't hate.
And
I don't know.
niggas for real always look at me crazy. So you really look under the hood for Odd Future, fam. You got Frank, Tyler, Earl right there. That's a tough.
That top three is crazy.
Bro.
Wu-Tang would be my answer because Wu-Tang is Wu-Tang. But man, after that,
Was the internet in Odd Future?
Yup.
the internet wasn't Odd Future.
Internet
That
is
is
crazy.
actually crazy. That's crazy. I forgot about that part. I wasn't that big in the Odd Future, but I do know. I knew they had some crazy talent. Like Frank and Tyler is enough.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna carry you against most people. So it's a for sure interesting conversation.
And listen, as time moves, and like, cause they're all solo now, so it's really hard to see. But man, the talent that was in that building, not building, but
Yeah.
Wherever they were.
yeah,
Wherever the fuck, because damn,
early Odd Future was so
no telling where they
different,
were. Shout out to Taco too. Dave is out. So
bro. Yeah, shout out Taco.
Elite television.
Elite television. So anything else before we get out of here?
Oh,
Daniel
LSU.
Caesar tomorrow and
Jalen
Drake
Clark.
tonight. Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
and Yachty tonight,
it's
too.
the tournament. Yeah.
Clark, yeah.
Oh, the Final Four too. Yeah. So UConn, I don't even got to say nothing about y'all. We talked. I said game one. That was it. Bro.
Okay,
Y'all
so-
niggas is incredible.
We all knew UConn was going to win. Shout out to UConn. You saw me ask this question and niggas laughed at me. Is UConn the Alabama of football?
I mean, of basketball?
Yeah, for basketball. Is UConn the Alabama of this era of basketball? And when I pose this question, keep in mind, since 1999, they have the most championships and have one Final Four just game loss. Not like lost, like they got to the championship. They have lost one time since making the Final Four in all these tournament runs.
I might have them in a different tier because when you look at Alabama, you look at NFL prospects winning.
That's fair.
UConn is
That's a fact.
That's fair.
like you might get 20 wins. I don't know what their record is, so I don't know. But it's like they got some good. They might have like a top 5 NBA like class or alumni class, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But I don't know about Alabama. That's just different.
That Alabama is hard to say.
I definitely will agree. Like putting players into league wise, they're not like that.
Yeah.
Would be more so like
It's not
Kentucky.
comparable.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, just like they are the
college,
face.
just like
They are the
okay.
face. They've been the face of like college basketball for a little bit.
Yeah, that's
I would-
fair. Men's and women's too. Honestly.
I would say,
Yeah,
damn, that's a good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, that's
that
what
was
I mean.
a great
They-
point.
they-
like
the face of
like
college
Gino
basketball.
Auriemma's goaded.
That's
bro.
a
Like,
great point. He won 11 championships. Yeah, he's goated. I would say yes because there is nobody else to say yes to. That's what I would kind of say is like it's hard to say because Alabama literally dominated at like a 7-8 year stretch in college football. So if I'm looking at it like, hey, you're going from 99 to now, well, shit. Alabama did nothing until 2012, so it's like if you want to look at it that way, then yeah, I would say that would be school one, honestly, because they've been.
That's definitely fair. And you can shrink it a little bit where I think so. You got the Kemba Walker one, and on that, I think 3 years later, Shabazz won, and then they won this one here. But it's just a larger gap. So
And it's harder to win the championship in basketball,
Exactly.
because like
single elimination.
just the similar elimination and just like simply, bro, the talent in the SEC is just better than everywhere else.
That's a
Like
fact.
it's that simple. Like that's not the case in basketball. So
Yeah.
UConn's been a very dominant program. Shout out to their coach. Shout out to his brother was at the game watching. That made me emotional. That's
Great
beautiful.
coach.
Yeah, it's a great coach. That big that they got, I cannot think of his name right now. I'm sorry about that, but he is a dog. Their point guard Newton really liked him. Their shooter Hawkins really liked him.
he should. I was watching the game. I was like that nigga shouldn't be out here. Like he not even playing. Bro. Like,
He wasn't.
you really saw him. Like
he
really
was
just
He
you know.
he was not. He was.
it
They
was
knew it was.
cool.
They knew it
Yeah.
was up, bro. They knew it was up. Them boys were some dogs. I watched that first game they played and I was like,
San
yeah,
Diego
that's
State made a run. He just came down and banged it. Shut all that shit down.
When you tweeted that, I thought you were saying like he shouldn't be in because he's not good, and then I realized what you were saying. I was like, yeah, he should be in.
I felt so bad for San Diego State. They were trying
No,
so hard.
they could.
They were trying so hard.
Just someday the
I'm
man.
so
is
glad
back.
to be FAU because I probably would have got ugly.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, it would have been really bad.
But of course, the biggest national story the last 3 or 4 days: the fall of Caitlin Clark. The rise and fall of Caitlin Clark over a weekend. It looks like
Crazy.
But first,
The rise and fall of Caitlin.
we're just joking. This is a black show. We are going to lead with the LSU Tigers.
Of course.
Shout out LSU. Shout out Injury. Shout out
Yep.
everybody on that team.
Yep.
Came off the bench, hit on threes.
Yep.
Shout out their coach.
Yup.
Everything. One an amazing season. And okay, so how did y'all feel about it? How did y'all feel about her following around Caitlin Clark?
Bro, like I didn't feel no type of way because like it was not a different story when she was telling somebody shut up, they're down 15.
That's fair.
It wasn't a different story when she was also doing the you can't see me to somebody.
That's fair.
Like we know what it is and everybody's calling it what it is. But like don't act like it's poor sportsmanship, bro. Especially when Caitlin Clark had to come out and say, hey, like basically she's saying like, hey, the game is the game,
That
bro.
was,
Like
that was the funniest part. Seeing
Yeah,
Caitlin
like-
Clark, like, damn.
like she didn't feel like a victim. Like she was just like, hey, like the game is the game.
She didn't even turn around because she was like, yeah.
See, that's
She
that was
know.
my problem. See, that was my problem. I was like, man, she followed her around for like 5 seconds. Well, Clayton Clark would have turned the fuck around.
She was stopped.
and got her medicine. she would have had to follow her.
And then I found out a couple days ago, like this isn't the first time like they've been on the court together. Like Angel Reese
at
used to go to
Maryland.
Maryland, yeah. Like
Yes.
Man, this has been a very interesting week to see. First of all, before we just talk about the outrage, I really want to salute women's basketball this weekend because this was the most important weekend for women's basketball probably of our lives because
Seriously,
you're
bro.
seeing the beginning of what could change the WNBA.
100%.
that's a fact.
Because the race came out, one of the most watching games ever, and I thought it was really
No,
awesome.
it was the most watched game.
Yeah.
No, I mean like sports, like
Oh, yes.
they had higher numbers in the NBA,
Yes,
NFL.
yes.
And I thought it was. I was super excited to watch the game and really just watch them compete for real.
Mm-hmm.
And I never thought I'd see the day where women's basketball was too tough for niggas for real. Because that's really what it was.
No
Like
cap.
all these girls out here were fine with what was ever going on. Shout out to Center for Iowa. Whatever shorty name was.
She a dog.
They was like, that's the first time she didn't dribble the whole tournament. I was like, damn, she getting to it. Like, it's winning time, bro. I loved it. You love to see them really, really compete. And I think it kind of shocked a lot of people that, like, this is how they want to play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the preconceived notion is, like, women's basketball too soft. And when you cut it on and they talking this shit to each other, niggas clutching their pearls, like, I don't get what people want. Because people say, well, nobody watches WNBA, so we shouldn't pay them. Well, why do people watch it? It's too soft. You cut on this game and it's like, man, she's just bad for the sport. What? Like,
This is what they need.
dog, they are saving basketball. What do you think about her inviting both teams?
So, to your first point,
Yeah.
real quick, about y'all being mad about women being physical and
Yeah.
them being surprised that they're physical. It's like, have you ever met a woman before and watched
No.
them do anything? Your next question,
Yeah.
inviting both of the. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Do y'all know how old Joe Biden is?
Yeah.
Do y'all know if Jill Biden fell down? Like,
It's over.
that might be it.
Dog.
Like, not like
It's
tripping, like,
over.
if she just was like, oh, I fell. Like, that might be it.
Knock on wood for
Knock on wood.
Biden.
But like, I genuinely don't think she understood what she. I think she was just trying to be sweet. I was like, everybody can come.
So bad. This is really what happened. And I agree with you. Jill Biden at 70 saw her first women's college basketball game. And she was like, man, this is so amazing. I think we should, let's invite both teams. Not knowing the room at the time. And sometimes you just don't read the room. But I love Angel Reese. I don't want to say capitalizing on it. But I love her rejecting the offer.
Yeah.
Regardless of what niggas gonna say about the Obamas, because trust me, we get it, bro. We know, bro. We know,
Yo,
listen, nothing.
ain't
No,
gonna tell you about them countries they putting the cape on for.
I've been asking niggas a lot, and I told you this the other day in the Places Party. Y'all ever heard somebody say something to you, or they'll text it to you, and you be like, you said all that shit and didn't say anything. You didn't say one thing, and niggas will call Obama everything and say nothing in the message, bro. Like, listen, I have my problems with Obama as all politicians for specific reasons, but I'm not gonna say Obama way worse than these other presidents. It was like, he top 5 worst president. Some nigga in the quotes was like,
Y'all ever heard
12 presidents own slaves. So let's gotta start somewhere after that.
Like, what amendment got rid of slavery? Like, you know what they were signing?
Bro, like, listen, we get it. No nigga is more satisfied with himself than after they say how they don't like Obama.
Them and niggas who say Martin Luther King cheated on him and his wife, bro.
Boy, they be so proud of themselves.
Top 2 worst
bro.
people, bro.
What about all the countries? Nigga, what about it?
You wearing Nikes? Let's be real.
Listen, I
Jeez,
come
who
in a
you
very
fooling, bro?
realistic worldview because, listen, especially the years we grew up, it was very easy for us to not care about other countries because we didn't have to. In other countries, it's not that way.
No.
So the way them niggas afforded that luxury, I just got to chalk that up to the game. I just got to whatever he had to do. I got to chalk that up to the game.
Like, hey, it kept me living the life I'm living.
What I'm supposed to complain about for real?
I slept good that night.
Fam, do niggas know how crazy it is to live in America?
It wasn't my
Listen,
wedding.
fam.
Fam, I ain't gonna lie. Something, you know what?
Bro, we can literally get on TikTok. Other countries can't do that.
Shout out.
Listen, man.
Colin Coward. Colin Coward said this shit. It really sat with me. He was like, "It's not fair, but it's still your reality, bro. Is it fair that I could not care about what's going on in the rest of the world? No, but it's still true. Like, we still live in America. Niggas in other countries wake up and be like, wow, I can't believe Americans do this. I wake up and don't think about those countries like this.
We saw the Giannis and Luka tweet like,
Listen, fam.
Bruh.
I ain't faulting Obama for nothing. Big bro was 6'4". I ain't gonna say his name, but Big bro was 6'4". Like,
No, I'll say it. Listen, niggas like, he's a war criminal. First of all, every president.
There is not one book.
y'all didn't pay attention to econ, cause I'm not listening to y'all.
Bro, George
Hey, what-
Washington was in a war.
Yo, George, you know what's
He was
crazy
in
about-
the war, like the main one.
You know what's so crazy about George Washington? Is what makes George Washington the most favorite president makes him a war criminal. Because he was one of the best in-war generals. Like, that's why niggas hold him so high. Because his I don't call it in-game adjustments, but his in-war adjustments were, like, top tier. Like, okay, the most famous picture of George Washington, him crossing that river, is literally a mid-game adjustment. Like, that's what Bo Jackson with him? Yeah. See? Listen, it's crazy. Because if he had niggas with him, he probably didn't have to cross the river.
Hey, listen, y'all seen the episode of Snowfall last week? What Franklin Mom said? Ain't nobody going home with clean.
Oh God! I feel like they shouldn't go see the Obamas either. Who they gonna see? Who they gonna go talk to, bro?
Do y'all know who's on y'all money? Like,
Go see Bush, like,
Bro, like, just shut up. Like, that's what I be trying to tell y'all, bro. Sometimes it's just okay not to say nothing. Do y'all fucking know that? Like, real shit. Like, do y'all know it's okay if you just don't say anything at all and nobody has to know what you're thinking?
Bro,
My God.
Throughout the day, I just be like, so like you said that, like this morning, like last night at like 5 a.m., I was up doing something and I saw the tweet with the AirPods with the little screen on it, and I said, you know what? That's fucking amazing.
That shit is hard.
Nigga, do you know how crazy that would have looked to me in middle school when I needed an AirPod, bro? Niggas quote my tweet hating. Well, y'all buy anything for? He was like, so you'd buy that for something that you already
$600?
Yeah, and he said, well, that's your phone could already do. Nigga, have you ever seen an iPad? What's the difference between an iPad and an iPhone, my nigga?
the phone.
Like, what is it? Like,
size,
yo,
bro. Like,
niggas be like, bro, Apple just keep making the same thing. Nobody ever go, damn, why Mercedes don't make an oven? Like, why Mercedes is another car? Oh, like, damn, Nike, y'all ain't made no electronics? Like, hey,
oh my
niggas
God,
say something
bro.
to you, and because they've heard other people say it so much, they think it makes sense. But if you really think about it, they just said the dumbest shit possible. Bro.
Imagine if Chick-fil-A sold hamburgers.
Yo, like,
bro, niggas just say what everybody, they read an unpopular opinion, use it as they own, and think it's an unpopular opinion now. That it got the tweet you tweeting got 20,000 retweets, my nigga. This shit is not unpopular. All you dumbass niggas between that shit are just dumb niggas. Y'all not smart, conspiracy theorists, motherfucker. Oh my
man. It was just tweet the cash. Recipes to the founder of Cash App first. He done put a lot of bread in black people's pockets. But this nigga said, so they killed the founder of Cash App and those two cryptocurrencies back to back. Y'all don't see what's happening? Fam, what's happening? What's happening, bro?
Yo, somebody asked the other day, do y'all know what's happening to the U.S. dollar? No. And I think you know we don't.
Yo, it would be crazy. The niggas who be saying that have no clue what's happening.
Bro, it's like
They didn't go to class.
bro, it's like, yo, I know for a fact y'all don't know shit about this.
Yo.
So why are you talking about it?
Like, yo.
Because you can say whatever you want on Twitter and niggas just think you know
Fam,
what you're
I
talking
seen
about.
folks praise paying like 18% gratuity on a bill this morning. I'm like, y'all can't be that good in life. I'm not, I don't care. I'm not.
No gratuity.
Bro, I would walk out.
That's one of my favorite genre of tweets when you go to like Starbucks or something and they turn that shit around. Nigga, if you don't turn that bitch back around and hand me my drink, nigga.
Look at me. Look at me. You think I'm finna fucking tip you, bitch?
My thing is, bro, you asked me for a 15% tip. You scoot out the way, I'll grab it myself. Like, yo, I'm tall enough, I'll reach over.
Look, I will say this. I do tip, but like in my mind, like you're the middleman, bro. Like I really should go back and tip the person that made this food, bro.
Let me ask you this question. What are you tipping when you go out? Just a regular night out. What are you tipping? So let's say you and your lady, y'all get drinks. Let's say y'all spend 150. What are y'all tipping?
150 where?
Let's say we're not just going to, you and your lady called it a date, because for the niggas with bitches, y'all know it's a difference. So you and your lady decided we're gonna go on a date.
Okay.
It's not let's go get food, which is a very
different. Very different.
You and your lady are going on a date.
We're going on a date. $150 bill, $50.
That's solid. I'm
a solid tipper. Like I'm a solid tipper at nice because I eat at nice restaurants. So like,
yeah.
But
they will not tip it. They will not tip it at Chipotle.
I The screen shit, $0. I mean, nobody gets a tip from me. Like, Taylor goes in and says, hey, pay for this because I can't not tip because I get nervous. And like, she'll be like, please go pay for this. I will not tip. You can look at me as mad as you want to. I'm not going to tip you. Fuck you. You're making food. Nigga, this is your job, dude. This is what you're here to do. I'm not tipping you for doing your job. Niggas don't tip me for being an account specialist, motherfucker. Oh, my God.
What killed me? Like, man, I pulled up to Panera, bro. Like, why did you expect me to give you a tip, my nigga?
My nigga, I'm at Jenny's. I'm at Jenny's ice cream, nigga.
I ain't gonna lie, asking me for a tip when I don't have to sit down is crazy. Like, if I came to pick up the food, like,
I can't. It's not a chair in here, Jenny's. It's not one chair in here.
hey,
My
Denny's
thing is,
be
listen,
asking for
y'all
tips.
niggas want to demand more tips. That's cool. But y'all don't want to open up after COVID. I can't come in here and sit the fuck down. Y'all don't want to work like y'all used to fucking tip me, bro.
Oh my
The
God.
one at the Hawks game killed me. Like, you go to a Hawks game, you get in line. All they do is just turn around.
Grab the burger.
No. Okay, because this has got to be talked about. And I don't want to say the Hawks, because Atlanta stadiums surprisingly have done a
very
great
good.
job
They're very good.
of making sure it's not OD expensive.
It's not.
The Falcons is one of the best in the league.
The Falcons is the
Yeah,
cheapest in the
yeah.
world, I think,
Yeah.
actually.
But when them concerts roll around, fam, I just paid $40 for a burger. If you don't turn this fucking screen around, like, don't make me get out of the body.
And that's without fries.
Fam, I'm for the Donda tour, bro. I was so happy to sit in the AMG Lounge because they got a bunch of restaurants right there. So, like, fuck it.
Hey, say it again.
Hey,
What was you at? What was you at?
Niggas was in the AMG Lounge for the Donda show. I was like, let me go get some food. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get a drink. I get a drink, some food. I hear some shit go, cause the listening parts, you never know when it was gonna start. I hear some shit moving back there. I'm like, damn, let me get to my seat. This nigga's like, yeah, 42-23. I stopped swiping the car. I was like, what the fuck? I stopped mid-swipe. I said, hold the phone, nigga. You said 42 what? Oh yeah, burger 26, drink was 5. What the fuck? Tax, tip, gratuity. I said, hold on. Let's slide some of that back, my nigga. I'll cook this burger myself if I got to. But, nah, I'm good.
That's funny as fuck.
$26 burgers.
But hey,
Crazy.
we got a super tangent.
We were talking about girls basketball.
Yeah.
Do y'all know that? Do y'all know that's how we got there?
I don't want to say his name, but seeing white people not understand shit.
Dave Portnoy, I'll say it. I don't like
It's
it.
crazy.
I don't. Oh, okay.
Oh, my Keith Olbermann.
Because I don't want to give him that benefit of the doubt that he don't understand. He's just a douchebag.
Yes.
Keith Olbermann is also a bitch.
Rick
Damn, I'm not supposed to.
trying to figure it out on First Things First was so funny. Like, Rick Bucher.
Oh, that's okay. I know what that is.
And by the end of the segment, he kind of figured it out, so he walked it back. But seeing them niggas trying to figure out why nobody on Caitlin Clark's side is so funny.
You thought you was spitting, huh?
You thought you was spitting, dog.
Oh.
Nah, shout out to Angela Reese, all the LSU players. Shout out to Caitlin Clark, too. One of the best NBA, NCAA seasons. And we get them both back next year. So I'm very excited about that.
My at is Ish from. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Shout out to the Stallions. Shout out to Meg. You are back. Please post
That
on
first
Instagram
bitch,
every
that first
single
bitch.
day. Every single day.
We got a crazy MVP race going right now between her and Ruby Rose.
Yo, bro.
It's Jokic
Y'all-
and Embiid all over
Y'all
again.
putting up some
Hey, I
numbers.
don't think Ruby Rose knows how Ramadan works, by the way.
I don't care.
That's not my
Rose
concern,
is
but she
celebrating
definitely don't.
her version of Ramadan.
Yeah, oh God. And I share with
I
her
lied.
celebration.
Whatever she's doing, I'm doing. So, shout out to Ruby Rose, shout out
no
to Meg
fasting,
the
I'll tell you
Stallion, and shout out to Carisha, or Carisha. Shout out to all of y'all. And a complex list of the 10 best hip hop people. We will be on that list next year. Don't forget us.
I don't even want to. Like, the list really made me mad.
Bro, half them niggas don't even care about rap. Like you
Half
said.
the niggas are not hip hop journalists, bro.
I'm
Like,
gonna
that's,
pull it up real quick.
I was like, why is Kai sent there? What does he do?
bro, he's a Twitch streamer, bro. Like,
Crazy.
The nigga from No Jumper on there, dog. But then again, it's a complex list, so I can't be getting too mad.
Exactly.
His time is up soon, don't worry.
I thought it was ironic that Joe Budden was one for the complex list, though.
That was very funny. But like he is though. Like it's him.
It's
like
Joe Budden.
he's one of the few niggas that still like does rap and doesn't talk about rap in a way that it makes you look like why do people listen to rap like academics does.
And he doesn't have like no push. Like it's just him.
Yeah.
But-
Everybody else.
Yeah.
Cameron should be on there.
Shout out to Cam, man. Shout out to Cam. And I don't even know the name of the show. It's just fire.
That shit is so funny.
That shit is fire.
Challenging Mario Chalmers to a game of one-on-one is hilarious.
No, challenging him to a game of one-on-one, then saying you're going to fight him. Then Mario Chalmers saying he will fight you. And then you saying, man, you a pussy anyway. And back out of the fight. 10 out of 10 content, Cam.
Mario Chalmers was going to fry that nigga for real.
Oh, for sure.
He's a professional athlete, bro.
Hey, Mario Chalmers was a hooper, though. Like, niggas forget. Listen, Mario Chalmers gave us, like, 15 in the fourth quarter in the finals. Like, I remember them. I was more scared of Mario Chalmers than a lot of niggas on the Heat.
He had one of the craziest shots of all time.
Bro, the full court one? Mario Chalmers. Hey, he got a college buzzer beater on
That's
his
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Listen, anybody that can call LeBron a bitch to their face, bro, I'm a little scared.
Hey, yo, that's another reason.
Call that nigga.
He was for real telling LeBron, like, man, get your bitch ass up, nigga.
That's when Braun got up in his face. Yeah,
That
shout
nigga
out to them
LeBron
niggas.
stood up like, yo,
Who you think you talking to? I'm
like, do you know where you are right now?
That shit's crazy.
So
Who you liking to fight,
15.
LeBron or Mario?
Okay, we are two different things. 15 is flex. Don't know how he's at 15, but 15 is flex. Angela Lee is at 14. Don't know how we're not on there, but Angela Yee is. Ebro is at 13. Ebro hasn't had a good opinion since 2000 and never.
Swear to God, Angela Yee on that
Number
list.
12 is Angie Martinez, well deserved and should be higher. The
Shout out
legend. Number 11 is Jason Lee. No comment. Number
Is he
10.
white?
Number 10
Is Jason Lee white?
You know, hey, just keep it.
just keep it cool. Keep it P.
Hold on. Do I know him?
We'll get canceled.
Okay.
So keep it cool. Keep it really cool.
Daniel, keep
I'm pulling this nigga.
keep reading.
Math Hoffa at 10, well deserved. His podcast is great. Vlad at 9 does not.
Ain't no way this is Jason Lee. That nigga like he write children's books. Hey,
Elliot Wilson.
that nigga Jason Lee look like the nigga in front of you in the line who is gonna tip. Is that who was on? Is Jason Michael Lee the nigga y'all was talking about? This nigga got a fedora on his picture, bro. He like Ferb when Ferb grew up in that place.
Oh my God.
Yo, shout out Jason Lee.
8 is Elliot Wilson, very well deserved, should be higher. 7 is Carisha, shouldn't be on the list. No offense, love you though, you fine, and I will marry you. My bad, Taylor. Kai is at 6, should not be on there. That nigga though. Shout out to your Twitch stream, but he is not hip hop.
He's just black. He really just black. He's just black. Like if that nigga was white, he would not be.
It was like black and trans.
Yeah.
But
And he's young.
Diversity hype.
Nori at 5, well deserved, very very well deserved. EFN should be on here with him. I don't know why he's not. Gillian Wallow at 4, very well deserved. Charlemagne at 3, well deserved. DJ Academics, my opinion, should not be on here. I understand why he is. He gives numbers. He does very viral things with rap, so I understand why he is. But from my opinion, not on here. And of course, Joe Budden, the Podfather, is at number 1.
What's that nigga name who do the reviews? Like he a skinny guy. I'm blanking on his name, but he does rap reviews, and I do like his reviews. I'm blanking on this nigga name. Black guy. He a
So
skinny.
I don't watch any rap reviews.
Jinx? No.
I try to keep my opinions to.
How is Jinx not on here?
I don't even know what that is.
Jinx from Complex? Brandon.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
Oh, maybe because it's a complex list.
I hate
Well, okay, my bad. I did the top 15. It's 25, so let me see if I can find it. He's not on here. Jazzy is at 25. Well deserved. The kid Jazzy, she's amazing. I love you. Nyla Simone, I'm not sure who that is, but shout out to you. Sway is at 23. Don't know how
That's
Sway
kinda
is.
disrespectful.
That's very disrespectful. Norwar is at 22. Very disrespectful. Anthony Fantano should not be on here at all, so I'm not even gonna say where
Shout
he
out
is.
Fantano.
Nadeska Alexis is at 20. Well deserved. Adam 22 should not be on here. He is racist and is turning his podcast into a right-wing conspiracy theory shit because rap has ran his turntable, but for some reason he's on this list, but he's at 19. Big Boy is at 18, way too low. Oh, Jinx, there he is. He's at 17. Oh, that's Jinx. Okay, yeah.